Hello, everybody. Why does it keep... Hello, welcome in. It's the Bowenthius Hour. I'm your host, the Bowenthius. Hello. Black Goat laughs, yes. Hello, Killshot, welcome in. Congrats on the first Skull, and hello, Deltor. The ethmoid was a different bone than the bone you got last time. I think the dailies are just happening faster than the system can catch up. I don't know. Either way, we succeed, we exist, we thrive. Welcome in, everybody. It's a delightful day. We are finishing Felvidek today. Beautiful, beautiful Felvidek. Because we couldn't finish the last stream, so now we're taking the SCP reading stream and taking a chunk out of it and reading the ending of Felvidek instead. That's a fun SCP article, the ending to Felvidek. The beautiful month of August. It's lovely, isn't it? I'm going to do my best to have the Ko-Fi be up and running. Well, it technically is up and running, but I need to refine it and have it up and runninger by next week, because next week, SCP article on Felvidek. Yes, that's what we're doing. But next week, 12th of August, my anniversary, my affiliate anniversary day. It's Tuesday. Probably not going to stream on that day, but the thing has a... large window surrounding the day. I believe the day before and after are still days where the Twitch sends notifications. Oh, it's my affiliate anniversary. Celebrated now. Wahoo, 1 year on Twitch being affiliate. Isn't that fun? And the best part is they've made it so that I get my payout the day after. So, yeah. Hopefully next week will be the week where I hand in that email for my desire to resign from the affiliate program, which will hopefully not impact my streaming in any negative way. But who knows? Maybe the only reason I got this far, or as far as I've gotten, is because I was affiliate in the first place, and giving that up will have horrifying repercussions on my career. But whatever the decision is, it's mine to make. And hey, life is about experimentation, and trying out new things, and so on and so forth, and not stuttering on the word experimentation. I went for a delightful walk today. Even though the landscape is gloomy and grey, the skies were beau and beautiful. I'm tired. I cannot explain it. I have had a full normal requisite of sleep. I have been mostly going on an upwards trajectory in every aspect, and yet I feel hopelessly lost and tired. Yes, hello, Skull. It's like there's a vapid void in the background.
Hello there.
Hello. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to have you. The hydration. I had my eyes closed and didn't notice it. Beautiful hydration. Hydrated in your name, Skull. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know if the pouring sounds are audible, but they are to me. Beautiful spin. Sometimes I wonder. I wonder all the time, actually. I've been so stuck on wondering that I've neglected to take action. Wondering too much. Wandering and wondering and all the things in between that precipitate a lack of action and change in one's environment. I'm just rambling on, without any purpose, any rhyme or reason. I just am. And I don't know if that's good enough. I keep telling myself it's not good enough. You're rank 1, as has always been the case ever since the dawn of the first bone. It was yours to collect. And you have continued on your scholarly path. As you are position 1 in all means, you have conquered the realm of Bowenthius with your presence, with your attendance, with your delightful gifts and your personality. You are the be-all end-all of a scion, outside of moderation promotion, which is something that I give out to people that I have known for many moons. They'd go beyond the scope of a mere participant and have a deeper connection towards a sense of responsibility, and so on and so forth. Close to 100k sigils, you are! It's a good thing I put the limit on those to 1 million or 1 billion, I don't remember at this point, but the good news is that the upper ceiling of Scion sigils is quite difficult to reach. But, considering the fact that the prices of things is going to be horrifying when we reach the new era of unaffiliation, it's important to utilize all of the Twitch-mandated Scion sigils. But, ultimately, it is what it is. Next week, I'm planning on doing a RimWorld playthrough. Remember when I said that I didn't want to play RimWorld on stream? Well, then I thought about it for more than 10 seconds and decided, you know what, I do want to play RimWorld on stream. So, I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be having a colony of scribes, and they're going to be so deep into the scripture that they're even going to... Do you know the iconic bit from Bill Wurtz's famous video, History of the Entire Earth, I guess? Or something of some such in the title? Well, at the end of that video, he asks the pivotal question. The philosophical question has been asked by many scholars in times beyond and times yet to come. Do you want to print a brain? And I took that seriously. The Rim, it calls to you. Think of all the reading. Exactly. The Rim actually has a lot of opportunities for reading. Thinking about it made a world of difference, and did. Just like how asking the question, what other ways are there to support you, initiated a domino effect where we have, or at least I'm planning on fundamentally changing the way my streams operate, and I'm not trying to make it into a career by following the Twitch talent pipeline, going from affiliate to partner to e-celebrity and so on and so forth. Or at the very least, those are my current trajectories and current plans, because I have resolved within myself the question, if I did this as a full-time job 5 days a week for 5 hours a day, would I be happy? And the answer to that question is no, probably not. I enjoy this within my own time, but having to do this as a 9 to 5 would probably be extremely, extremely taxing and exhausting, and I'm not about that life. Especially considering that Twitch is a product of the Americas, which constitutes the concept of vacations and breaks, and those things are shunned, frowned upon, and alien. Even though they are very much necessary and should be normalized. But anyway, enough conspiracy theory chatter and all that. There is so much to be done and so little time to do it. We are ephemeral creatures in the fullness of time, after all, so instead of dilly-dallying, let's get to it, shall we? Gaze upon problems. What is this? Why is this a thing? Oh, I can tell you why it's a thing. I fixed it. I never noticed that it was a problem, but now it has been fixed. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's perfectly fine. Felvidek, beautiful video game. Let us witness what it has to offer us for today in the climactic finale of the game. There it is. Launching Felvidek. Beautiful. Powered by remove. I very much enjoy when things are powered by remove. Thinking about it is just something I do. The first time I played this, the music, it took me so much off guard because I wasn't expecting something so... I don't know. Whenever I think of trumpets, I think of jazz, and this game is the furthest thing from jazz I could possibly envision. But I guess that's on me for having a lack of imagination. This game's soundtrack is as legendary as the game itself. Let's see where the ending of it leads us. I could be completely wrong. This game could also last for 8 more hours. So... we'll find out if this is truly the stream where I finish Felvidek, or not. Let's find out. Oh yes, last we left off, we killed a god. We slew Ahriman, the glorious god. And then we infiltrated deeper into the sect of the cult and found the gaping, toothy, lizard, snake, hand, butthole thing. And now I guess we have to go inside of it. Ah, another cutscene, pray tell. What manner of monsters await us? A lot. A lot of monsters. Why did they wait for us to go inside the butthole? Couldn't they have climbed out of the butthole and attacked us outside? Oh. Oh. I'm sure glad I got my sour milk for this. Time to kill. And kill we shall. Quawa spawn, wretched creature, eyeball demon, beast of the depths. Let us defeat the wretched creature. I cast gun. Boom! 96 damage. 68 damage. I missed with the gun, that is most unkind. Oh boy. Oh god, what the hell is that? Oh, it buffs itself. Demons abounds. Oh holy light, praise be. Against the demons we shall persevere. Huh. I guess because I missed with the gun, it didn't count for me having to reload, which, you know what, I'm perfectly content with that. Cleave them all in twain. Oh, holy light. There we go. Deceased and defeated. I keep thinking, oh, I have no earthly clue what that ability does, but every time it does it, I see the buffs that are given to my enemies. Shank the demon. Shank the demon, I say. Ah, good, it is shanked. Oh, because Mate has low initiation. I kept thinking, why does it keep going out of order? Toolkit, jam, excellent. That's one down. Let us... inventory. Time to get the toolkits out. Oh no. Oh, this is not great. Cool. Well, I mean, I do have 7 porridges, so... Liquor, +5 life permanently. You get some of that. Alright. Let us continue on our merry journey through the depths of darkness itself. Oh, hey, look at that, a door.
In Zorvan's name, what dost thou seek? Hast thou a writ?
What writ? What manner of thing art ye?
A writ of arms, know ye not, simpletons? Once a writ be sealed, I may furnish goods instead of coin.
Are ye blinded?
'Twas meant to be a ritual wherein for eyes I'd be granted inner sight by Zurvan, but it did not succeed, hence I now labour as a storekeep.
What stock hast thou? Oh, thou hast well-tempered cuirass. Considering 'tis the end of the game, I have no choice but to consume the well-tempered cuirass and toolkit. My problem has been resolved. Wear your finest. Ah, well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore, so... Right. Good enough, I reckon. Good enough. How much? I only have 4 sour creams. I shall save them. Much like how I save the game. Right. What are you? Disillusion cultist.
Could bloody well curse this entire place. Promised we'd drive the Hussites from all ends. Instead they forced us to attack our own village. Those who did not flee make their end. Only mutants remain.
What dost thou guard?
Some bloody fool. You know what? I'll let you through to him. Matters not to me.
And he fucked off.
Spare me, I beg. Could bloody well curse this entire place.
We are in the meat keep. God, what kind of blasted lizard is this covered in slime from head to toe?
Fret not. 'Twill seep into thy skin soon enough.
What madness is this entrance?
Once 'twas named Kumar. 'Tis what they called him throughout the village. He was rather bothersome, so we were relieved when he assumed this form of existence. Here, everyone finds their true place. It offers a sanctuary, expanding as commanded. We feed it by impaling people into the ground and then dousing them with Kwawa. Even now, we stand upon Komar's bowels.
Fanciful. I'll be off to skewer some cultists hither as well. Oh, who the hell is this? Oh, it's the Turk. 'Tis the Turk. I conversed with him yesterday at the tavern.
I've been lying.
I've been lying here for 8 hours. Just puff on shisha, all with nerves.
What business hast thou in all this? Shouldn't thou deceive us? Death awaits thee. I am Inquisitor Adam of Kassau.
Hassan Bey. I beseech thee, set me free.
Art thou Root?
My true name, Hassan Bey. I agent of Sultan Murad II. I dispatch a spy for bad purpose, aiming to exploit myth of distorted form of Mazdaism. To allure folk and sway to rebellion, stir further turmoil within Hungary. The decree grant residence in Upper Hungary is forgery, yet bribe nobility and several palatines. The burgomaster's report and attempt to resolve situation remain unheard, yet it hath all spiral out of my control. I beseech thee.
How art thou bound to the cult?
These my small false Zurvanist gain connection to Persia branch. I underestimate Marek's past connection with Armenia, yet they still active. We subdue Ibn al-Chajam there and correspond with him. Chajam sent secret verse for rituals and mystical magic lamp in which Ahriman imprisoned their lost battle with legendary Faramars, son of Rostam, as written in the Shahnameh. Rimanska power they began outgrow control. Thou believe that Sultan agents here in Hungary innocent? There will spies even in Sultan's harem. Someone must boasted about plans in north. Hunyadi later dispatched message to burgomasters across Felvidek. Oh, Felvidek is actually, I guess, the name of the region. And through him, the cult learned the truth about me and real purpose of their existence.
The Mergomaster had revealed it to Ignac. In the ledger it hath been written, meeting regarding a deal with Rick. Polly hath blurted out to Paula in the tavern, and she hath told Marek. I've been there as a captive. They said it's the title drop. Name drop, Felvidek. I guess I have been pronouncing it right this whole time because they put emphasis on the E. Well, they become... Wait, hold on, let me try to give this guy... Milton's Milton Factory, yes. Well, they become independent from my organization of Quawa supplies. That be again Ignac's doing. Imagine, madman actually orchestrate assassination on leader of Estefanites in distant Ethiopia, so the successor be greased up priest who disregard agreements with me. Clever that Ignac had talent, yet he no count on free bargaining onto elaborate schemes like a shite into spider's web. And my last hope be that Ignac would definitely fall out of those cultists and declare war on them. Lately, there be quite some friction between them. Those are just extra Bowenthius noises that I added onto the guy's dialogue for extra flair and pizzazz, you see. As I mentioned, it is truth me reach Marek, and I become enemy one number to them. I beseech thee, set me free. Why wert thou rhyming in the tavern? 'Tis tremendous fun, and also it confuse people. When you talk normal afterwards, they don't recognize you. I beseech thee. Who was that Turk who choked? He was my kin, one janissary, wounded. He was near Varna. Ah. To serve our realm, and Sultan still turned he to espionage. He arranged such task for me too. I beseech thee, set me free. Right. Acolyte Marek, he schemes to force upon me, accursed Quawa, post-mutation to sever my limbs, then to present me thus to Mehmet. By Allah, I beseech thee, rescue me forever, so I shall be... forever shall I be subservient. Turkey shall reward lavishly. Take him, 'tis not our place to pass judgment upon such a wretched creature. That is the Lord's affair. You have gained an Ottoman. Excellent. I have an Ottoman in my pocket. 200 coins in the chest. A precious temperate cuirass. Oh, a temperate cuirass. Hello, Layla. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. I hope your day has been going well. 'Tis Friday. Hopefully that means that the weekend is yet to be upon you and is to be enjoyed in the full extent of a weekend's grace and reputation for being a time to relax. Source of interesting smoke filling the entire underground. Right. Well, I've gotten 200 coins, which means that I can go get more goods to purchase. But before I do that... we already have a well-tempered cuirass. Where are your finest? There we go. Another well-tempered cuirass. Excellent. All my guys are decked out in well-tempered cuirass, except Ida. Because Ida is not spelled with an E, therefore I do not have any respect. Time to purchase more fire. All good today, thanks for asking. You are welcome. I wish upon thee good tidings. Right. 'Tis the right thing to do, in my opinion. I sadly cannot move mountains, but a nice word is well within my parameters. Oh, look at that. You have an Ottoman, just don't take the top off him or use him as storage. I thought you were going to make a joke that if you screw the top off of an Ottoman, you can use him to... You can use him as a salt shaker. Oh, this is a fun... Mate, lend a hand. Thou takest one leg, I shall grasp the other. 1, 2, heave-ho! Oh, lads, thanks be to you. My brother, thou must have endured terrible suffering. Terrible suffering. Reveal to me, who art thou? Oh, it's Fairy. I am a fairy. I have not beheld the sun for days. What day be it today? A few hours past, they impaled me hither. Man, you've suffered enough. Come join us. I've acquired a fairy. Food for the meat keep. Food for the meat keep. Oh, this one twitched. Wait, nope, did not. Food for the meat keep. Food for the meat keep. See, this is why it's important to examine all of the feet. Time to kill something, because I'm itching for conquest. Time to conquest. Loathsome Entity B. Loathsome Entity A. I cast gun upon the wretched creature. Cleave ho! Demons be gone. Oh no, I missed. Haha! Dead. It yet lives. Demons, they scream upon me. You are raising an excellent argument for sour cream, my friends. Keep it up and it just might happen. Oh, holy light. Oh yeah, I have this. And you also use this. Let's see what happens. Glug glug glug, you die. Haha. Glug glug glug, perish. There we go, 2 down. So it's basically random damage and it leaves you blind. Very unfortunate. Crossbow. Sour cream. Gun. Sour cream. Hey-ya. Always remember to examine the feet. Some random feet enjoy, I guess. 2025. I never understood the allure of feet as a sexual thing. They're just gross to me, to be fully honest with you. The top bit I can kind of get, I suppose, but the bottom bit, the wrinkles, it's like looking at a smashed up sack. I don't get it. I don't get it. But it was funny to say as a sentence to be taken out of context. In all truth of the matters. I shall bash you with my iconic shield. Smack 'em good and proper. Okay, glad I showed up for you. If you're talking about feet. Hello, odd bloke. I find it quite humorous that I managed to summon you forth with feet speak. It's like leet speak, but for kinks, I suppose. I killed demons, though. That was fun. Equipment. Give unto me. Tools of the trade. Excellent. Can raise the dead. I do not need such things. But welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Glad you summoned me. That was quite a feat. A neat feat that shows no defeat. I never thought about the word defeat, but I guess it comes from you've been... the legs have been taken from out under you, and you have been laid agrounds. You have been defeated. Your foothold has been taken away, and as such, you are in a disadvantageous position. Because I'm assuming, in the Dark Ages, when languages were still being created, that being on the ground while your opponent is standing up with a sword to your throat would probably spell your doom. The feet of the defeated. Yes, look at these creatures. They stand in great... I just realized that the wretched creature, the loathsome entity, is actually the guy that does the eyeball trick, except he's fully released his armor and is crawling on all fours like a freak. Or the opposite of a feat? Yes, it is a defeat, an anti-feat. Ah, language, isn't it beautiful? There's a reason why we do words on stream in the breaks. Right. Speaking of feints... Perish, wretched creature! The bow shall lend thee asunder, the gun shall defeat thee. Attack all with a loathsome blow. Perish! Gaze upon their burning crusade. Boom. Wow. Words? What are those? There's something you put on your feet. No, they're not. Bada bing, bada booey. Ooh. Death. Death at my hands is an honor. Right. Time to use the crossbow. Kill it. Use the power of sour cream upon noble Adam, please. Cleave them all. Boom. Dead. Whoa. Man, the cleave really is disappointing. Sure, it's damage to all opponents, but... Oh my. Speaking of damage to all opponents... Demons aground. They must all be slain with the fury of 1,000 suns. Fury of 1,000 suns be upon you. Porridge. Give them thy penance. Or some such. What the hell? Lowers attack and defense of enemies. You know what? Sure, let's go with the horn, I guess. Smack-a-man. A creature. A divine monster. What? So how have you been today, Bowen? I sound the horn to announce that I've been doing okay. I went for a walk today. That was... varied. It added some spice to my day. Otherwise... life continues to chug along as I pile on more and more projects without actually committing any work to any of them and slowly being choked by my own inadequacies to actually do anything that I want to do and I've promised to do and so on and so forth. But hey, besides the crippling existential crisis, all is well. Hope you've been well on, bloke. Smack attack. Bow. Cleave them all. Crossbow. Murder. Haha. Baba Booey. I wonder if the cleave... I wonder if the cleave accounts for when you defeat targets in the same turn, and that somehow changes the damage modifier because there's less targets to cleave. Does it... Is the cleave damage a set number that is spread evenly across all enemies with a chance to miss? And does it get spread less when there's less enemies to hit? So for example, if it's 50 base damage, does it deal 25 to 2 targets and then, I don't know, 12 to all 4 targets? I think that's how it works, or at least it makes sense in my brain for it to work that way, but I do not know. Get rid of all your ailments. I have no ailments. I am a creature of ailmentslessness. Attack everything and kill! I bet life of the bloke of the really odd kind would be considered really odd. I bet it would be. That's pretty clever of me. Which part? I'm gonna agree with it regardless. Thank you. Check with the people who know about it. I believe they live in Cleveland. I'm glad that we have the beautiful punnery to offset the disturbing music we are hearing. Right. Inventory. Toolkits. I have toolkits. I shall use the toolkits. Tools. I'm a tool. Tools. Right. Plum wine. Utilize. Good enough. How many sour... Oh, I have jam. I will jam to the beat of myself. I only have 1 sour cream left. This is truly the endgame. Sour cleave. Anichka, what are thou doing here? I have a plan. It may not succeed, but I have a chance to thwart Marek's ritual. Rest easy. Ye hast risked your neck enough. Well, give it a try, then. Are ye sure 'tis not with ease to send ye hither? 'Tis a risk, yet 'twill surely pay off. If ye thinks thus, then off with ye. And take care, Anichka. Okay, she fucked off. Can I fuck off as well? Ah, the Great Temple... Oh no, the Great Temple has been locked. Oh my. Oh dear. Hey, look, it's a big ritual. Hey, look, it's... Oh no! Marek has gained the ritual of the light head. Ironically enough, using your cream won't leave you feeling sour. It's true, I actually feel quite delighted whenever I use the sour cream. What are thou gawking at, you monster? Merrick, surrender, ye cult is crumbling, those few who still live now look down upon ye, we shall burn ye at the stake, ye false god prattling on. I completely forgot what this guy's voice is. And my eyes being odd is the best, don't face yourself to be who you aren't, and don't try to hide behind a mask, everyone is odd in their own great ways. That is an excellent sentiment, and yes, I also concur that everybody is very much outside of the norm in their own special way, so we could very much all be described as odd, because I wholeheartedly believe with my all 12 of my hearts that every single human being upon this planet is a one-of-a-kind, unique thing that does not exist anywhere else. There are millions upon the fair earth, and yet every single person is shaped by unique circumstances, unique parents and lack thereof, and just everybody is a unique story, which is why, concurrently, in accordance with that, I also believe that taking a life is the absolute worst thing you could possibly do, because you are stripping the world of a one-of-a-kind thing. You have taken an oddity away from reality and made it slightly dimmer along the way. Right, so what is this false baby god that I need to murder and take away this unique life from reality? But then again, this is a video game where murder is fine because it's not real. That's the thing that censorship companies don't comprehend, is that decapitating Marek in Felvidek will not have real-life consequences. Bowen says murdering a baby god. Yes, I realized the irony upon what I was talking about while I was in the middle of a dialogue between the guy that I'm going to decapitate pretty soon. Everyone is unique. For those clones, I made them to be identical to their original. See, that's the fun part about cloning, is that it's not perfect, so there will be variations. And even if you manage to make a completely perfect clone that is identical to the original in every single way, by virtue of it being separate from the original, i.e. being a clone and now becoming a separate existence the moment it is gestated and formed, and separated from the original... the original template, it becomes its own unique identity, and as such, it becomes its own unique thing. It being a clone becomes a unique feature of it. I agree, I don't mean to say that being odd is bad or anything. I know, I understand, sorry, I'm running a high fever, so I didn't mean... Don't worry, Oskull didn't mean any harm. Oskull is a very... what's the word I'm looking for? Soft? A very non-violent individual that does not mean any harm to anybody, and if things our Oskull says come across as rude, they are not intended to be. It's that type of person. But anyway, my condolences to hear you have a fever. Ardo Skull is a super chill person? Yes, that, thank you. I mean, when I made the perfect clone, the universe did shiver, then consume it. I didn't think it was programmed to allow exact duplicates. No. Because the only exact duplicate you have is the reflection in the mirror. That is the only time where a true perfect clone can exist, but that's not even it. That's just a reflection of light. That's not real. That's an illusion. Just like chopping heads off in Blade and Sorcery in VR is an illusion. I'm stalling because I forgot this guy's voice and I can't think of a better one. Ha 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 ha. I'm gonna assume that having a sun for a head changes his vocal cords. You burning me? Did you hear? I know you are the traitor. Angra Manu within me sees everything, reads all, as if through glass. I understand everything. Mate, I know you desire her, and take care, Anichka. Laughable. Even if you are but a monk, look here how I tear her apart.
Oh god, he killed her.
No! What do you still seek here, wretch? Too late have you come, fools. We've already dug the pit to hell. I am an immortal demon.
Remember when I tore his eye out with a different character? That was fun. Immortal? We can still trash and beat ye, can we not? Time to find out. Oh no, the cultists turned into demons. Time to kill everything. Right. May even blind the enemy. Destroy the wretched creatures. Destroy them all. Use your gun. Oh no. Stab him. Actually, hold on. Shield bash. Oh my. Did he just reduce our tools? That demon. See, this is why I have porrages. See, the porridge meta works out. I didn't even plan for this. Nay, they are backwards. Ah, you've revealed the chink in the armor of the reflection. So yeah, you cannot have a perfect clone. Even reflections, even though they are effectively illusions, are imperfect due to the fact that they are flipped. Right.
Attack with the burning light.
Use the iconic porridge. On whomstead? On Adam. Porridgeify Adam. And you use the iconic Oh, holy Miku light. Oh god, he just killed Mate instantly. Oh, that's not good. It's a good thing I have 50 million alpas. Boom. Take that, you nerd. Right. Fine then, I'll eat the porridge myself then. Alpa, revive the fool. And you, eat the porridge upon thyself. Oh god, Hogus Bogus, no! Haha, porridge. Haha, porridge. Revision. Mate lives. Right. I shall half-sword this damnable curd. That's the end of that sentence. Devour the porridge for yon self. Porridge this man. That was one big sexy tentacle. I mean, tentacle. Yes, delicious porridge. I love how the developers had to make hum nom 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 noises. As a voice actor, I aspire. Did I mention that I voiced a bug recently? That was fun. Decided to go into the microphone, and that's bug noises now. Very fun. Oh, burning light. Holify this freak of nature. Bow. Adam, use your iconic gun, my friend, and you heal. Heal with the power of plum wine, the noble Adam. Consume the porridge. Oh no, Adam has been slain! No! Oh! You dare! You freakish, foolish freak of freakish, foolish nature! I shall half-sword thee, have at thee! Revive with the alpha papa. Wait, hold on. How about instead of doing that, more crushing bow attacks, and you use the iconic alpha on Adam. Oh god, he hexed me! The sour cream shall prevent this from happening. Haha. There we go, now he's blind and on fire. Right. The final sour cream! Not the second to last porridge! Use your gun! Love the type of logic, you get stabbed and inhale 40 wheels of cheese. I love that as well, which is what I'm currently doing. Oh, you just stabbed me? Let me just eat this porridge and drink this sour cream and I'll be off to the races. Immediately. Sour cream, myself. Gun. Oh no, he shot my guy who was gonna shoot him with a gun. This is most unkind. Hold up, foul demon, before I strike thee down, I shall consume some delicious porridge. Exactly. He is giving me a run for my money. It's a good thing I have these stacked. Right. Did I have not run out of poragi. Devour the porridge, I demand. He hocus bogus me, but I shall keep him sloon. The hell? Oh, I fucked up. I accidentally confused the effects of the porridge with the effects of sour cream and wasted a porridge. Oopsie! Oh well. Come here and get burned to death. You, crushing bow blow. Gun! Use the gun! Crossbow! All my most powerful moves! Haha, you missed! Perish, fiend! Haha! Gun! Hell yeah! Crushing blow! He's still alive! Unfortunate. Very unfortunate, in fact. I'm gonna guard. See, I knew that was a good idea. Except for the fact that I'm guarding now, which means that that buff wasn't active when I got attacked. But oh well. I've run out of... wow, this is the most barren my inventory's ever been. Oh well. Gun! Drink the plum wine for thyself. Stop hexing me, you freak! Bah! Kill him! My god, how much damage does this guy take? He should be dead already. My goodness gracious. Kill him! Oh god, he killed Pavel. I'm dealing 9 damage to him. Is this when I die? I refuse to perish. Revive! Attack! Stop your hocus pocus bullshit! Oh, that's what the hocus pocus does. He nullifies one of my moves. My goodness gracious. Kill him! Ugh! Stop being alive, you freak! Why doth he still live, for goodness peaks' sakes? Tentacles. Die. Delicious. Why does he have so much tankage to him? Oh, holy light. My goodness. Have I been playing this game wrong all the time, or is this just the final boss? He's taking 130... He's taking 133 damage per turn, and he's still kicking. Oh. This feels definitely different from the last god I fought. My god, stop one-shotting my guy. How many times must he be revived? Wretched fiend. All the alpas I've stolen off the villages shall come in handy this day. Okay. Also, he also heals himself after deleting one of my moves. You are a fiend, and I shall slay thee as such. Oh! I'm so glad the rogue can tank gunfire in the medieval era. Goodness gracious. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I have no other moves. This is all I can do. Dead. I've run out of go-go juice. I wish I knew how much damage... Wait! He wasn't dealing 133 damage. He wasn't taking 133 damage. He was healing for 133 every turn! How the... So I have to burst him down, or we lose.
So this is a losing battle. I just realized that he's healing for 133 every turn. That's bullshit. It's almost as if it's almost as bullshit as me having 50 million healing potions and spells and such. What the hell? So this is a losing fight then. What can I do here? This is literally a war of attrition where I will lose. Do I just let him kill me? Yeah, I'm just gonna let him kill me. What? Is this again? I hate how normalized the stupid trope is of, hey, here's an enemy that you're not meant to kill, but we're gonna present the UI in such a way that you are given the illusion that you're supposed to kill this guy. And because it's so normalized, I can't tell whether or not this is employing that trope. Because I really hate putting an effort in it having being... In fact, there's nothing that makes me more angry than trying my best and finding out that I was doomed to fail from the very onset. I'm just gonna keep pressing enter and just waiting until this game fails. And then we're gonna go into Twitch commercial break because somehow it's already been an hour. You hiss at me all you want, I've given up. It is impossible to kill you at this point. I've run out of gun food. I'm surprised it took me that long to figure out what's going on. I thought that all those big numbers that were happening were the bleed damage that I was causing. I was like, oh, that's so sick. But no. So I guess I have to kill his... You sure do, Mr. Game 540. Hello, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. The Bowenthius Quarters always appreciates you when you speak the English language. It's in the rules and the description. Powell and his mates were defeated. Okay, so it is game over, so I am meant to win. Presumably. Ah, and Deltord, remember that we have simulcasting on. Okay, so we were meant to succeed there. It's the first time I've ever failed combat in the game. I guess it makes sense it would be on the final boss. But now we need to go into a different boss. The boss of Words on Stream. Don't go nowhere, we'll be right back. Good job, squad! We return to the video game. After defeating another video game and advancing to level 4 in said other video game, now we're back to the original video game, Felvidek, as we will continue on our merry way to defeat God with anime. Yes. So, AoEs are useless. I understand the focusing strat. No worries, game. Message received. Assignment understood. So glad I say 50 million times. Right. Before I go over there, I'm gonna go down, actually, killing this guy. Killing all of these guys. Let's see here. The power of the crossbow compels thee. Power of the bow compels thee. Power of the... not the... hold on. The horn. The horn compels thee. Now we've got cleave. Believe in the cleave. Land. See, the cleave half-landed. Wahoo! They're all minced. My goodness gracious. His armor is even more devastated than before. Oh god. Oh holy light. Oh holy gun. Can you go and hide? Oh yeah, there is a guard option. How dare it not die? Perish! There we go, see, I told you to perish. No, the miss! My goodness. I wonder if there was a church to pray and restore all of your faculties before engaging the final boss that I completely missed. Because I didn't take things seriously enough. Guard. Guard your petard. Oh no! They keep sharking me. How dare they? Bow! Cleave! And a stab. It yet lives! It yet lives! What? I guess I never dealt damage to it, so it would make sense that it would live. Kill it, please. There we go. Now kill the thing in the middle.
It yet lives. Smack it real hard and proper. There we go. 400, yeah, jam, alpa, delightful. Right. The tiny little church. Can I not throw an ottoman at them? In Zurvan's name, I seek many things. Many, many things. More sour creams for the gang. And 2 porridges, please. This is all done with the assumption... Oh yeah, well, now that I've save-scummed and I know what happens to her, I guess I can... tell her not to go and die. Anichka, what are you doing here? I have a plan, it may not succeed. Rest easy. Enough of that, you have sacrificed plenty. Off to home with he. See, there we go. Right, save again. Is there a church for me to pray to? Can I pray to this thing? No. In that case... Equipment! Toolkit. A singular toolkit. Unfortunate. Oops. That was not who I meant to use that on. Oh, well. Well, fudge-sickles. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Oh well. It is what it is. What art thou gawking at, thou monster? Marek, surrender, ye cultists crumbling. Those few who still live look down upon ye. Shall burn ye at the stake.
Were you burning me? Anger manu within me sees everything, reads all as if through glass. Understand everything, did you hear, fairy? I know you should have been dead by now, but they saved you. Laughable. Look. Hear how I tear them apart.
Oh my. Fairy, no. Okay, so somebody does die.
What do you still seek here, wretch? Too late to have you come, fools. Already dug the pit to hell. I am an immortal demon.
Immortal? We can still trash and beat ye, can we not? We can most certainly try. Can most certainly try to trash and beat him. Let's see if this is a good use of my faculties. Disgrace. Oh, he just reduces all of your tools immediately. I forgot about that. So, the strategy that I had planned, they built in counters for immediately. Cool! I'll go fuck myself then. I love how this stopped being me versus the game. It started being me versus developers. I love that bit. My favorite bit. Yeah. Cleave is garbage and I'm gonna not use it. Cleave is garbage and I'm gonna not use it. Mate is dead instantly. Oh, right, because that thing died, it's going to attack him in the middle. Oh, brother. Kill it. Kill it. Use the 50 million alpas that I have. Okay. Right, so now he's healing. So I guess I have to wait until he does the hocus bogus. Hocus bogus indeed. Devour the iconic porridge. Devour the iconic sour cream. Attack using the power of Christ. Delicious. It yet lives. Nutritional value restored.
I shall devour porridge because I definitely need Adam with the gun to have faculties. Plum wine. Oh yeah, and the fire's actually going to be good for me. Because when there's... it works best when there's only one target. Aha, there we go. Right, so now I need to wait for this guy's buff to go away. So basically now I'm at the stage where I need to prepare. Right, so in that case... Guard. Guard. Give the porridge onto... What does she even do? She does bleeding. Ah, good enough. And you... I guess guard. Yep, okay. Delicious. Alright, he also reduces your maximum tools. That's fun. Okay, well, he's vulnerable now. Hopefully this will rend him asunder. Gun. Gun, please. Gun upon him. And the friends... Oh, right, he just... Okay, he just chooses one person for you to kill instantly. It's just murder. What just dealt 200 damage to him? I have no earthly clue. Oh well. Sour cream, devour. Alpha, revive. And there's the hocus bogus. Where he just erases somebody's move, and now he gets to heal for infinite damage. Is this trying to imply that he's weak to bleeding? Is that what I'm... Rid me of all ailments. Oh, I'm trying to figure this out, but it's very difficult to do so. Oh yeah, I never used this, so might as well use it now, I suppose. Crossbow! Gun, you missed. You big numpty. There we go, that's damage vulnerability. Hopefully that'll do something. Eat shit. Decent. Okay. Porridge. I must devour. Porridge. Let him devour. Horn! Horn him aplenty. Let's see if this is the correct set of events that I need to do. I take back my earlier criticism. This does feel possible. It just feels like an exchange between a DM and an unruly player. Ha! Well, I'm gonna do all my burst damage. Well, ha! I'm gonna heal for a 133 damage and negate your burst damage. Well, ha! I'm gonna save up all my tools and then burst you even harder. Well, ha! I'm gonna reduce all of your tools. It's just a back and forth between two kids in a playground going, I'm gonna shoot you with my laser beams. Well, I have a shield. Well, my laser beams go through your shield. Well, I have a second shield. That's what this boss fight feels like to me, and I don't know if it's a me problem, or if it's the game's problem, or if it's a combination of the two. Usually it's a combination of factors. Oh, holy light. Rend my foes asunder. How much is sanctify? It's only 2. Good enough. Sanctify myself. War cry. Eat doo-doo. Oh, that's actually really good. So now I can use the full unadulterated power of gun against him. Hopefully, anyway. Surpassing armor, eh? Powerful attack that sets enemies on fire. You know what? I think that's pretty good. Time to die, big boy! At least that is the hope. Murder! Well, goodbye, Mate. I'm glad I didn't give you the gun. Boom! Nope, he yet lives. My foe yet lives, yet I am more hopeful now than I was in my previous encounter. Do I have any? I have sour cream and alba. Bah. Let's see if reloading a gun counts as an ailment, shall we? And here comes the big OP move. Well, he's not healing as intensely as he was before, at least. I'm not seeing the 133 anymore, so I don't know what the hell happened. Whatever happened, he must die. Welcome to the old codger's place. You must die. Gun. You miss with your tiny gun. Oh, shit, I beat him! He just magically died! Hell yeah, I love it! Okay, sick. Plum wine now belongs to us. Hell yeah, he's dead! Hey, epic cutscene! Hell yeah! Stab him! The god is slain. What? Verily, this creature is no longer of human kin. 'Tis a demon who wrought all our miseries. Oh wow, he really is on fire. Pull out the sword!
I spit upon thee, foul beast, for the sake of my 2 offspring.
Oh wow, he actually got dragged into the street. His half-burning corpse being beset upon by pillagers and villagers.
And there's pelt stones at me with the villagers who have wrought thee with such a number such.
And what's Paula doing?
'Tis the witch who hath brought us calamity. Burn the vile woman.
Polly, she's thy wife.
'Tis she. Burn that swine. Accursed wretch. Kill, kill, kill.
Truly the villager mentality here.
Paula.
Silence, cease this tumult, ye peasants. 'Tis not the place for mob justice, but for the halls of justice. And the rightful executioner's hand.
Stay away with thee, fool, lest thou meet thy end. Thou hast idled while calamity befell us all.
Polly, sever her head for my brother. Quick, put her down, lest she bewitch us anew, and so chaos deceive her. She could strike thee down like a serpent. What theatre? Art thou blind? She trembles, God. She even vomits, full of fear, that poor soul. Do not be foolish, Polly, lest thou permit these peasants to take justice into their own hands. Thou hast enough blood on thy hands. The cult is finished, and without it she can do naught. I shall try to convince the villagers that she was bewitched and drugged. Send her away, for naught good awaits thee with this woman. Polly, thou alone know what must be done. Oh God, I have to choose, don't I? Begone, foul-mouthed wretches! Ye know not of my heart's counsel. I may grant forgiveness to whomever I choose. Paula, come take a walk with me.
And what of thee, thou hag? 'Tis not thy children she hath bewitched.
We shall forgive her when she lies cold in the grave. Man, medieval ages were tough, weren't they?
Willst thou take her? Halt! Whither dost thou take her? Halt!
I mean, he did slay 2 gods. I'm pretty sure this guy could handle himself in a fight. Finally, after an entire JRPG's journey, we finally get an audience with our accursed wife. Paula, dost ye still love me at all? But tell me not a lie, for I shall strike ye down on the spot. I know not. Likely no. Let us return, Polly. I deserve death. Only, I am terribly afraid. Find thyself another woman, for I do not even have regrets for what thou hast endured for me. Ha! I mean, she did stab me. Oh, wow! The man's not smiling anymore. The entire game with his iconic All Might smile. Now gone. Vacant. Vanished. Well, I understand ye. I've behaved towards ye like a hypocrite, but I love ye still. Well, I say I love ye, and I cannot betray ye. I would reproach myself for it until the end of my days, but if ye no longer lovest me, that is different. Polly, what am I to say to thee? Come hither, I will show ye something. Ah, there we go, smiles back. Good. Are you gonna show her the burning castle that started this whole adventure? Oh no. Upon the morrow, Matej, Vlado, and Adam did return into the meat keep to perform the mass, and with the hallowed water thus created, they did quench the burning hearts of the meat keep forevermore. After a week, Matej bid farewell unto this land and journeyed back to Debrecen. The epilogue. In the following years of peace in Felvidek, Lord Joseph and the Jew devoted themselves to the invention of the book press. Unfortunately, Gutenberg surpassed them by several years, hence their invention did not take hold. The burgomaster, along with Valer, cunningly utilized their contacts in Ethiopia and established a main distribution hub for the delivery of Kwawa to the surrounding lands. Felvidek flourished. After years, Felvidek was spoken of as the most sober land far and wide. Priest Vlado even submitted a request to the Vatican for permission to perform the holy liturgy with Kwawa instead of wine. He was denied. After years of service at the castle, hydration is very important, isn't it? After years of service at the castle, Anichka wrote memoirs about the dreadful events of Felvidek, which entered history as the unbelievable events at Felvidek in the year of our Lord, 1451. It's a good thing that I didn't get her killed in the second run. Too bad Ferry had to die in her place, but at least she got to live on. Generally, it was regarded as a fabricated tale, and gradually it faded into obscurity. Fair enough. Ah yes, I've hydrated in your name, Oskar. It is done. Little is known about the fate of the rogue Ida. However, gossip lingered in the taverns for a long time. Anyone who had joined the cult of Zurvan, Ida would find them and see them dead. Ah, she became Batman. Except with a murder code instead of a we're no better than them if we murder code. How precisely Polly's story continued, no one knows for certain. The only thing that is known... I love how they didn't even mention the Turk. That is known is that Polly once again joined the struggle against the Ottomans in the Balkans. Ah, yes. The great piece of history. Hey, it's the... Nalub? Nolab? It's the Nolab. The skies are a pitch black. Is that where they burned Marek at the stake? Mob justice for all. Story, script, art direction contributed to visuals. Vlado Ganaj. Art direction, visuals, game design. Concept, Joseph Pavelka. Music, Martel. Yes, victory! We did it! Look at all these beautiful things that contributed to the creation of this game. 'Twas a beautiful game, to be honest. they sort of split the climax into two smaller climaxes, and as such, the climax between myself and Marek felt a little bit less, but simultaneously, I think it was quite a nice product, well deserving of the overwhelmingly positive that is currently etched into its annals upon Steam. Beautiful game. And you got to experience it with me. Felvidek. And there we go. So, considering there's variations at the end of the game, I wonder if there's actually a way for Polly to get his wife back. I'll have to research, but there we go, that's Felvidek. Thank you everybody for stopping by to join me on this journey of Felvidek. Felvidek. It's beautiful, isn't it? You got a rib! Congratulations, you rewarded thyself with a rib. Right, let me go into yonder. Oh boy. Anyway. Well, thanks for the great stream, Bone. Glad I could watch it. Well, we are going to continue with the stream. Because now we're going to be doing SCP reading, but the game's over. The game's been finished. I need to change the category of writing. Writing and reading. I was meant to finish this on Wednesday, but I had other matters to attend to on Wednesday, which made the stream shorter. I definitely could have, if I had not previous obligations, I would have been able to finish this on Wednesday, and now we could have had the full Bowenthius stream experience of reading SCP articles, but alas, reality had other plans for my schedule, and schedules need to be flexible if they are to survive the storm that is the random chance and circumstances beyond anybody's control. I thought so, but I need to head off. My head's basically aflame, so I'll be heading to bed again. Glad I could be here. Thank you for stopping by, even with your feverish state. I'm glad that you, even though dilapidated, you took the opportunity to stop by and say hi. So thank you very much for that, and I hope you enjoy your rest, and I wish you a speedy recovery, old bloke. Take care. Spinning. Spinning is wonderful. Right. Duh. What have we now in the lands? Oh yes, switching screens. I really do like the soundtrack for Felvidek. It's very fun. Very fun. It doesn't feel like it fits, but it's very fun. It holds up on its own and has merit on its own, I think. Right. I need to... Bada bing... Bada figure these things out. What do I do here? Game capture. I did something. Pure ref capture. Oh. Oh. That's interesting. Oh, I see what's been going on. Okay. I don't think I... Oh, I don't think I ever did. Hold on. Hold on. Can we get a new window up in here? Display capture, desktop crop capture. There it is. Oh boy. That's what I want, but I need to make it into a different... Put it down. Nope, that's the wrong thing to put down. Bah! Ah, here it is. Now, why the hell be it as such? What be going on here? Wait, oh, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Aha! Right. So this entire time, the window that I've actually been capturing was using a different... Yeah, that doesn't matter. Ah, there we are. 'Tis what I wanted, and 'tis what has occurred. Cool. You can still hear Felvidek in the background. That's fun. That Felvidek. Oh, right, because this is desktop capture. That makes sense. It's like, why the hell did it suddenly bring forth the game? Right. That's fascinating. Anyway. Here we are. Back to this beautiful thing. But before we go back to this truly, I need to check where we left off. Since last we were here in the lands of SCP Readery, I need to check what the tabs were that I desired in the previous session. What were they? Let us check hence in the great archives. We had 079, 038, 182, 689, and 3989. Ah. Oh my. The Department of Geology is quite scary. You know what, I'm going to read that one too, because that looks interesting. Right, 3989. There it is, okay. After that, we've got 689. And then 182. Alright, we've got a bunch of articles now, yippee! Ah. Oh. Don't you just love it when you position your limbs in a very specific fashion, and then you hear a very loud audible pop, which makes you feel a lot more limber? It's very fun when that happens. You know what that audible pop is? It's actually air being released betwixt your bones and joints. It's very fascinating. And bone-related, of which I am also. Bowenthius, the Bone Wizard. 'Tis I. Verily so. Let us read. Right. We are reading, just like Cracking Knuckles. Yes, Cracking Knuckles also does the exact same thing. I did that earlier, and I don't know if it got picked up on the microphone. My microphone is sensitive enough to pick up the noise that my keyboard makes, so presumably, yes, you did hear that. The bones are hissing, yes, they hiss with anticipation and joy. If I bend my head in this position, for some reason, the lower part of my spine hurts for some unknown reason. Fascinating. Very fascinating. Right. Reading. Beautiful, beautiful reading. SCP-182. Item number. SCP-182. Object class. Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-182 is to be kept in a small environmentally sealed structure on an otherwise uninhabited island situated 10 kilometers off the coast of Greenland. Aha. A team of 5, in brackets 5, guards are to be assigned to guard the subject at all times. I think I have discovered the secret to being less airy and feeling the effects of stress while speaking. It's to relax, which you'd think would be obvious, but it's difficult to put into practice, especially when you're not conscious of what your body is doing due to the fact that you are live and every little thing you are saying and doing is being recorded and archived for all eternity on a website. Why do skeletons' bones like to stay together? Because they have bondament issues. Abondament issues. Haha. I thought that was gonna go in the direction of because they are like an abode. Like an abode. What's a skeleton's favorite dish? All of them, because they go right through them. I'm trying to think of new bone puns and or father humor off the top of my head, but I can't think of any right now. I can't even think of all the ones that I've already memorized and put into a ledger of bone jokes. What are my old bone jokes? Actually, that's a good point. Can I think of any of the old bone jokes that I had? Nope, I'm blanking on them right now. My consciousness scape is an empty abyss at the moment. With regards to father humor. Don't even have... Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna not press that button. Oh yeah, that actually reminds me, pressing that button. Windows is piss. And I want to rid myself of it as quickly as possible. But unfortunately, 90% of companies, programs, and other various utilities are dependent on Windows and only function within its ecosystem. And due to that, I ran out of ideas. I tried Linux for a short amount of time, but due to the aforementioned fact of programs being dependent on Windows and not functioning outside of that environment, trust me, I tried, but we're talking about 2004's iconic Source Hammer editor, which is, if you are not familiar with the lore, the most garbage program in all of existence. It was made in-house by Valve, and it existed to essentially create all their games. And they created them, and they created some of the most iconic games that will echo throughout the history of gaming. But that doesn't make the software that they used any less fiddly or any less prone to crashing. Repeatedly. What do skeletons like to watch on TV? Skeletoons! Now you're making me wanna... Hold on, let's pull out the notepad, shall we? Yep. Yes. Away with you. Away with you. Father humor. Oh yeah. How does a skeleton announce a cliffhanger? Tibia continued. Oh yeah, and oh yes, how could I forget my iconic... If skeletons had hair, how would they style it? Into a vertebrae. Ha 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 ha. I made that up on my own. It's my proudest joke. Vertebrae just sounds so good. It's a portmanteau of vertebrae and braid. And it just... the words just flow into each other so well. What do skeletons do when they are bored? They hum a skeletoon. Like T-U-N-E, not T-O-O-N. It's a variation on the skeletoons. Why do skeletons fail at math questions? They can never find the radius! I used to post those frequently on Blue Sky, but then I stopped doing them and just... Even at my current level, which is I'm at the beginning of a mountain, I'm basically at sea level on a very, 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 very tall mountain that is to be climbed. Being a celebrity requires constant effort, and I'm not saying that I am one, but starting out as a streamer and as a content creator starts you on that path, and to some people it eventually leads to a higher point in that mountain. But for me, I've realized that the style of celebrity that streaming allots you is not the style of celebrity that I want to be. I don't even want to be a celebrity, I just want to make things. And the prestige and the accolades that come with making things is perfectly fine by me. it would be foolish of me to deny my human desire for attention and all that. To be seen is to be heard and to be understood, and it's just a primal desire to be heard and seen and understood. Some people are content with being seen, heard, and understood by one other person, and that is perfectly fine. It is a path I also wish to tread for my own sake, but it's something that I've failed at spectacularly. So now I'm trying, I'm shifting gears to trying to have my hand at maybe having value found in the content that I put out, and having this audience here shows me that that has already happened. But I aspire to grander heights in that regard, so ultimately we'll see where that ends. I don't know where this ramble was meant to go, but it went somewhere. How do skeletons clean their fists? Knuckle dusters! That's actually a really good point. You use a little dusting, not a pan. A brush? A dusting brush, yeah. That'd be very fun. Anyway. Guards are to be examined for psychological damage once per month. Guards who show any signs of damage are to be recalled from their post and are required to undertake a full course of psychiatric therapy prior to returning to duty. No single individual is to spend more than 6 months at a stretch on 1A2 guard duty, and are required to spend a minimum of 3 months on a different assignment before returning. Personnel are entitled to refuse this assignment if they have already spent a total of 8 months or more on the island. SCP-182 has requested to be kept under heavy sedation for 20 hours per day. Following Incident 182-7, this privilege has been revoked. Huh. Description. Need to think of more skelepons. What do you call a gloomy skeleton? A scullin. Huh. I mean, you could probably make a lot of puns with all the various Latin and or Greek abbreviations and naming conventions that have been allotted to various different faculties of the human skeleton. Much like half of my puns have tibias and radiuses and ulnas. Well, except that last part, I was just coming up with examples of types of bones and so on. But you get the idea, presumably. I hope you do. If you don't get the idea, feel free to ask me any questions you might deem necessary in order to broaden your understanding, because I am one for knowledge and against the suppression of knowledge, as I think it should be. But not everybody shares the sentiment. Or at least they think they share the sentiment, but their actions are doing the opposite. Anyway. The path to hell is paved with good intentions, and so they say. But it's important to have empathy. And see it from their perspective. Nobody ever thinks they're the villain of the story. Everybody thinks they're the hero. And to some people, they are the hero of their own story. Like me, I'm the hero because I'm spinning around and hydrating. I'm hydrating by drinking from a hole in the mug, rather than where the mug's actual hole is. But yes, I've hydrated in your name, Deltor. Age of Deltor. Right. Oh my, the hand tracker is boiling. I should turn it off and give it a rest. Description. SCP-182 is a Caucasian male. Average build, roughly 45 years of age, who has suffered heavy abdominal and cranial scarring from an unspecified point in the past. By subject's own admission, shortly before he was admitted into the care of the Foundation in 19 Sklibbity-Blobbity, redacted, SCP-182 is both deaf and mute, compensating for these disabilities with natural abilities. Being... I wonder why they call them abilities rather than inability. Like, I love how inability means you're incapable of something, but being enabled means that you are capable of something. I guess they cut out inabilities, or enabilities, because it was just confusing. Language. It's fluid. Very mushy fluid. Sometimes it has rough bits in it. Very gross. SCP-182 has displayed the ability to passively enter the minds of other animals, including humans, and what is the worst animal of all? Man. And to perceive sight and sound through their senses, in effect, riding as a passenger in their minds. This has no consistent effect on personnel, and some guards have rotated on and off on a regular basis for the past years without detrimental effects. However, prolonged exposure to SCP-182's passive sensory borrowing results in vivid visual and auditory hallucination in 97% of humans and 100% of non-human subjects, test subjects. The effects in question vary widely in severity, but continued exposure after the onset will inevitably result in mental collapse and said mental breakdown being hastened by proximity to SCP-182. SCP-182 has displayed the ability to consciously force hallucination upon his guards when under duress, and as such, it is advisable that subjects known to agitate SCP-182 be avoided, including mention of SCP-076-2, SCP-682, and SCP-182's own past prior to acquisition by the Foundation. Wait, so he does... Oh. He doesn't like mention of one of the presumed horses of the apocalypse? And also he doesn't like mention of... Which one was the one that killed the other one? The story of Cain and Abel, wasn't it? Actually, it should say here somewhere. What was his name? Oh yeah, there it is, addendum. Abel! He doesn't like mention of Abel! So... which Bible character is SCP-182? Let's find out. Termination of affected personnel is recommended if they cannot distinguish between the hallucinations and reality, and all subjects allowed to reach such a point have invariably broken down, with brain death or permanent catatonia being the only possible outcomes. SCP-182 cannot control this ability with any appreciable degree of skill, and automatically sees and hears the perceptions of any living animals within 10 meters. Subjects can focus on specific directions outside of that range, but cannot ride the senses of beings further away from it than 30 meters. What was Azazel? My Binding of Isaac knowledge is coming into play here, because if I recall correctly, Azazel had a blindfold on. From Binding of Isaac. There was a character with a blindfold on in that game. And it was based on a lot of Bible characters. SCP-182 additionally manifests the ability to project its thoughts into the mind of any individual who senses it rides. This mental speech is the only known source of information about the subject, and has been described by guards as akin to being spoken to by a small human between their ears. Ugh. That's a weird sensation. SCP-182 exhibits no mimetic or telepathic hazard stemming from this speech, though subjects report that this voice is always competent in their hallucinations. Is always a component in their hallucinations. I can read. Addendum 182-1. SCP-182 claims that the incident that resulted in the loss of its speech and hearing also manifested its telepathic talents. It's not presently clear whether this was a deliberate goal of the torture the torture subject was subjected to. or whether the apparently life-or-death situation caused previously suppressed powers to manifest. Questioning this in vain is to be discouraged, as SCP-182 has become agitated in the past and has successfully attempted to accelerate the rate of mental breakdown in his handlers, resulting in casualties during the first questioning. Ooh. Is there a Bible character who's had their ears and eyes cut out in a torturous event? I ain't read the Bible, so I wouldn't know. So if any of you are familiar with a character in the Bible whose ears and eyes have been plucked, do share. Yeah. Addendum 182-2. It has been suggested that SCP-182 be used as a translator with other SCPs who appear capable of thought but not communication. Yeah. Given the side effects of proximity to SCP-182, this request has been denied. Incident Report 182-7. Audio report recovered from guard's house. Voice identified as Agent Perry the Platypus. Recorded on circa bloppity hoppity hoopity heebity 19 something something. Yeah, so we got the letter this morning from 05 saying the sedation was approved. Dr. Kentober went out to tell 182. Guy seemed pretty happy. Clapping his hands and everything. Like a little kid. Ooh. Shot him up. He was out like a light. Slept a few hours, then Dr. Manhattan went in to check on him. Make sure he was still breathing. Don't want a casualty, yeah? Anyway, I'm out. I'm in the other house. We got up a good game of 21 when I hear Doc screaming his lungs out. Something about spiders or what? Following this, the tape recording records 7 gunshots. Audio analysis indicates they were fired at a point above and to the left of the microphone. God damn it, we thought Doc had finally cracked. He'd been seeing little things out of the corner of his eyes for a few days. We figured 182 had got to him. We drew straws to see who would have to get to his body. Agent Jacob Wysocki drew the short straw. Guy was fresh out here. Just assigned last week, damn it. Damn it, I should have gone instead. Jacob's scream started a few minutes later. Everyone got up at this point. We started walking out there. Snow everywhere. Should have transferred out here before. Another 8 gunshots are heard, following the repeated clicking. Followed by repeated clicking. Subsequent sounds determined to be replacement of an empty magazine. Ugh, these things. We got to the house where 182 was. I don't know why I feel so sleepy whenever stream's on. Whenever he was like, maybe it's just the chronic tiredness that I cannot even explain. It's not even like I'm not diseased or anything, or afflicted. I'm doing this to myself. I'm forcing myself to be tired, and it's all in my head, and I do not understand why, though. Because everything is a result of something. I don't understand what the result of this is. We got to the house where 182 was. He was lying on the bed, looked dead to the world. 30, maybe 35 feet away from Jacob and Doc were sitting on the floor, drooling. Well, Doc was. Jacob was dead. Blood oozing out of his mouth, looked like he bit his own tongue off. All 3 of us knew what had happened. I started to see things. I ran. I don't know about the other guys. I holed up in the building. Gonna wait for the boat to arrive. I hope I can hold off long enough. Audio recording continued for 17 minutes. Intermittent screams and gunshots can be heard, as well as a door opening twice. I've seen what happens to those guys that go too far. I'm not ending up like that. I'm not going to see those things. Bye-bye. A gunshot is heard. Tape recordings, 2 hours of silence. Bodies of agents and Jacob Wysocki were found inside the door, shot by Agent Spliggerly-Splatz. Agent Spaghetti Beats was found next to the recorder, a bullet lodged in his skull.
Final incident report. Subsequent questioning of SCP-182 by replacement personnel revealed that subject suffered from horrible otherworldly nightmares while sedated. Subject displayed elevated levels of stress during interview, and it is theorized that the nightmares experienced by SCP-182 caused enough emotional stress that the subject unconsciously created a radius of heightened hallucinatory territory. Subject is henceforth to be denied all sleeping aids. Ha 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 ha. They approach, fear them, they come all the same. Ads starts in 4 minutes and 9 seconds. A horrible, horrible malady that I do not like the tune of. Alive, Euclid, humanoid, mind-effective, rewrite, sapient, SCP, telepathic. I'm starting to think that this might not be a thing from the Bible, but at the same time, it doesn't like things that are Bible-adjacent, so I do not understand what this thing could be. Very fascinating, though. Does that mean that it's mortal? Which means that it can be shot and killed. But I guess the SCP Foundation's philosophy is to contain, secure, and protect. The CSP, if you will. Sounds like a siesta. Let's go to one with words on stream. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back after these forced messages.
Death has come for us, unfortunately. The words on stream did not prove fruitful for us, but we shall persevere another time. Welcome back, everybody. We return to the lands of the Fathomless Chasm with your host, me, Bowenthius, the guy. The he-they, because I'm two guys. But both of those guys are guys. Dudes. Men. And as such, I am man squared. Right. So, SCP-182 is a blind deaf mute telepath. I wonder why he wanted to be sedate, I guess. The mind is a scary thing. We made it to level 20 that one time, and losing today can't take that away from us. That is true. The fact that we are on level 20 is on our permanent record, and will be something that shall be never taken away from us. We managed to persevere, and we succeeded. And level 20 sure is a hard one, considering that the minimum word length was 5 or 6. It was an insane time, and it was delightful, and we will probably get there soon again at another point in time, but until then, we'll have to be content with merely being level 20 champions of yore. Next, SCP-689, Object Class Keta. Special containment procedures. SCP-689 is to be contained in a large concrete chamber equipped with high-intensity sodium iodide lights. These lights must be wired to separate redundant circuits such that SCP-689 is brightly illuminated at all times. At least 3 personnel must be on duty at all times within the containment facility. 2 Class D inside the chamber and 1 Level 2 or higher at the operator station outside the chamber. The operator must either be completely blind or be fitted with a visored helmet sufficient to block all vision, which must not be removed for the duration of his shift. Under absolutely no circumstances the operator to look into the chamber. The Class D observers, who, as we found out from previous entries, are expendable prisoners on death row, who are essentially human sacrifices. Very fun to think about. The Class D observers must be between... the Class D observers must be between them, keep SCP-689 in view at all times without exception. Oh, is this thing the weird doll that is very famous in SCP games, where it's like a weeping angel from Doctor Who, where if you blink it moves, and it kills you? SCP-689 is, view at all times without exception. Blinking, etc. is allowed as normal, but there must be at least one set of eyes focused on SCP-689 at all times. If the lights go out inside the chamber at any time for any reason, or if there is any interruption in observation, all currently extant personnel who have seen SCP-689 must be executed without delay. It is recommended that they be fitted with remotely activated kill devices triggerable from the containment control room. If SCP-689 is known to have left the chamber at any time, retrieval teams consisting of blind or visored personnel equipped with echolocators along with Class D observers must be dispatched to the location of all personnel who have previously viewed SCP-689. Retrieval teams will establish an immediate perimeter and cover the object before returning it to the chamber as quickly as possible. SCP-689 is in transit. While SCP-689 is in transit, the Class D observers will stand under the covering and keep it in view at all times. Any level 1 or below personnel who have seen SCP-689 as a result of a containment breach are to be terminated immediately. Higher clearance personnel will temporarily will be temporarily retained, but in the event of another containment failure are to be terminated. Ah. SCP, request to study SCP-689 must be submitted to Dr. Magwale at least 7 days in advance with a detailed description of the proposed experiment and justification. Any researcher directly viewing SCP-689 should be aware that doing so renders them liable to immediate and summary termination in the event of any containment or light failure, as described above. Description. Oh. SCP-689 appears to be a small green soapstone statue, 30 centimeters in height. It is carved in the semblance of what appears to be an unknown deity of the underworld, a seated skeletal figure with hands clasped over knees. It is discovered by during one of the pre-war German archaeological expeditions in the area of India and obtained after the war by the OSS. Its location during the war is unknown. SCP-689 is completely inert for as long as it is being watched by at least one human being. Normal behavior, such as blinking, do not appear to interrupt the watching for this purpose. But any lapse in attention, however momentary, renders the observer vulnerable. As long as SCP-689 is unobserved, it vanishes from its current location. Within 15 to 20 seconds, one person who has previously viewed SCP-689 dies instantaneously. Okay. SCP-689 reappearing on top of their remains. If no previous viewers are presently alive, it reappears in the same place as previous. Wait, so what the hell does this thing do? It's completely inert. As soon as it's unobserved, it vanishes from its current location. Within 15 to 20 seconds, one person who has previously viewed it dies instantaneously. Okay, so it's basically the donkey statue from Worms for Mayhem. Except it can teleport. I guess it fades into a different dimension and then teleports to the last person that observed it, killing them by crushing? But it's only 30 centimeters big! I heard the procrastinating skeleton hasn't done its chores. The lazy bone says it might do things tomorrow. Ha 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 ha! Ah, the marrow never ends. You know what I discovered during the break? Is that I didn't even notice or acknowledge the fact that Sonic the Hedgehog appeared in my stream and said Sega in the iconic introductory jingle that happens whenever a Sega game is first launched. It's like their corporate intro logo thing when they say Sega. I didn't notice that. Even Art O'Skull acknowledged the presence of Sonic within my streams, but I did not. Because of reasons. But I would like to correct that mistake right now. Sonic, if you're still with us. Hello. Thank you for stopping by. So they did, yes. Sonic the Hedgehog was here. The glorious product of multiple different authors. Are you guys familiar with the Sonic Bible? It says that Sonic's quills were originally brown, but they became blue because he was that fast. And that Dr. Ivo Robotnik was a father figure to him. And that his original father died tragically. Something, something, something. He's called a hedgehog because he lived in an actual hedge. And many more things. From the old Polygon show Unraveled, detailing all of the lore of Sonic the Hedgehog. That I got to watch yesterday in a binge because I am very vulnerable to procrastination. That is on me. Anyway. Tests have established that this effect is not operative on non-humans, but that any human being who has ever directly viewed SCP-689 is potentially vulnerable. That Sega jingle took quite a lot of memory space in the game cartridge from what I've heard. I mean, branding is important. Extra game content, levels, that is of utmost triviality. But the actual branding and corporate interests, that is top priority. Remember when the gaming industry was a new and emergent industry that didn't have any rules written for it yet, and people were still discovering what they could and could not do? Those were fun times. When it was about elevating the art medium and the technology therein. Now, much like Valve with Steam, we used to make games, now we make money. It's a very cynical outlook, but the realities of life have made no other outlook as prominent and as crushing as the cynical one. How does one return to optimism and positivity in this world? If somebody knows the answer, please tell me. I would love to know. It truly does show truth that the harder the action, the more strong and pure the person. Like forgiving somebody for a heinous, unforgivable crime against them personally. Or seeing things in a positive light. But I guess that's why they say ignorance is bliss. Shadow the Hedgehog is a fan of Taylor Swift canonically. His favorite anime is Kill la Kill also canonically. Because the main protagonist of Kill la Kill has the same color scheme as him. He goes on record to saying that he likes the one with the big scissors. I watched the entirety of Kill la Kill just to be brought up, and honestly, I saw the merit in it and the value of it, but then when it was over, my first thought was, really? That was it? That's all? It felt like like spoken of in other media. It felt like it was so much more based on how they led on, but when I watched the actual source material, it felt like it was very succinct and over very quickly. Like, by the time you got to absorb it all, it was already over. And he eats coffee beans? Now that one I didn't know. Sonic Das Hedgehog was quite a prolific icon within the annals of my memory. Unfortunately, those times have passed and withered away, and yet I still remain ever tethered to the color red. It's fun for what it is. Yes, I think that's a really great way to conclude on Kill la Kill. It's fun for what it is. Anyway. No consistent cause of death has been found, with autopsy results... Okay, so it doesn't crush them. With autopsy results ranging from heart attacks and strokes to complete rupture of all internal organs. The mechanism by which the victim is selected is currently unknown, save that preference seems to be given to persons in crowds or otherwise surrounded by large numbers of people. Presumably to increase the number of people viewing the statue. Oh, it's the statue form of the creature from Smile. It transmits itself based on observation. Recorded images of SCP-689 do not appear to have this property, due to the potential for a chain reaction once SCP-689 is allowed to leave the chamber. It is considered absolutely critical that all personnel who have seen the object be terminated immediately on any lapse in observation. Those with level 2... Addendum. Those with level 2 security clearance should see document number 689-B. B is not a number, silly SCP Foundation. Since being a member of the O5 Council, this mistake is of the utmost transgression, and as such the entire... not even a corporation, foundation, must be destroyed effective immediately. I see. Wait, shit. No, I don't see anything. Exactly. Good. Not seeing is the name of the game for this one. Document number 689-B. Proposed experiment with SCP-689. Oh, this will go very well, I can already tell. Following the failure of other options given the priority accorded to the... Wait, what? Following the failure of other options and given the priority accorded to termination of SCP-682, Drs. Blably and Quabber have proposed that SCP-682 be deliberately exposed to SCP-689. Oh, are they Oh, they're trying to kill the unkillable with this thing as well. Of course they are. Presumably followed by turning off the lights in a similar measure. SCP-689 staff cautioned that in the event of a deliberate observation failure, all personnel who have seen 689 other than the intended target must either be terminated in advance or placed in the containment chamber with the intended subject to ensure that the object does not escape containment. Given the acceptably random nature of the selection process, it is also likely that multiple trials would be required before the target came under attack. Staff recommends that if such an option is activated, all Class D personnel be terminated in advance of the attempt to improve chances of success. Oh, so that's why I know about this one. It's because I read about 682. So now that we know about 689, what happened to the experiments for 689? Let's find out. 689. There it is. So what happened when you expose the immortal adaptive super lizard to the insta-kill statue thing? Overridden by O5 Council Command, Tissue Test Record, Termination Test Record, 682, SCP-682 exposed to SCP-689. Light shut off in containment area. Lights remain extinguished for 5 minutes. Lights are switched on. SCP-689 remains in its original positions. SCP-682 is in a pool of gray and black liquid with no observable life signs. D-Class issued to physically verify SCP-682 termination, with 2 agents supervising. D-Class enters 3 steps into the containment area when SCP-682 rapidly rises and attacks D-Class personnel. SCP-682 breaks containment and escapes, killing 1 agent in the process. Remaining agent killed by SCP-689 due to accidental observation during testing. Notes: it appears that SCP-682 is not alive in a way that is currently understood, or is immune to SCP-689. In addition, it appears that SCP-682 has prior knowledge of SCP-689, or was somehow able to understand its function in order to play possum and escape. Huh. I think what actually happened was, because the thing is basically able to adapt to anything, like Amazo from the DC Universe comics, which is something that I think I've already compared it to in the last time we talked about 682. It was actually killed, but then it became immune, and it has rapid regeneration, and it just came to life. And it's now immune. You cannot kill me in any way that matters. Yes. It is a permanent entity. When the world explodes, this lizard demon will remain. It's a real shame. Right. So that's what SCP-689 is. How delightful. Right. Where are we now? Ah, this thing. Isn't that a lovely image? I think that's a lovely image. Item number 8306. Containment class, Keter. Secondary class, runs red. Disruption class, dark. They really added a lot more in recent articles, didn't they? Classification Committee Memo. SCP Foundation Internal Memo. Classifications Committee, Site 81. 2019. Classification Committee, Site 81 Leadership. American Command Group. Greetings! As many of you know, we recently concluded our latest classification reassessment initiative, which we've taken to calling RE/Class 2019. The purpose of this project was to assess how we currently classify anomalous entities and artifacts. The project was a joint effort between the American Site Directors Council, the Classification Committee Leadership Group, and O5-7's office. Ooh.
We are grateful for all the support we have received. The full report will be available in the coming days, but I wanted to reach out to you and provide a summary of our findings, as well as some ideas and alterations we are considering. It is our hope that we all have addressed many of the extant issues with the current classification format, and we will give ourselves room to grow in the future. So to begin, we tasked the team to assess our current format and how it is utilized when categorizing anomalies. After several weeks of research and deliberation, we narrowed it down to 3 main issues. Personnel feel the current use of non-standard object class is not clearly defined. Personnel feel that attempts to obfuscate non-standard object classes is detrimental to files where they are necessary. Personnel feel that the object class system does not identify containment priority or threats to their well-being. Water tastes sweetest when you're thirsty. In order to address these issues, we had taken a long look at our current system. Our largest problem, as it typically is, seems to be one of communication and clarifying intent. As our organization steps into the new century, we are met by many challenges, foremost of which is our renewed dedication to the safety of our researchers, security personnel, academic and administrative staff, and everyone else under the Foundation's umbrella. As such, we determined a more comprehensive format was required. As such, we'd like to present for your consideration the result of our efforts, the Anomaly Classification System, ACS. Cool. Anomaly okay. Example. They're beautiful, look at it. The modern visuals. I like this because it's got symbols, it's got colors. I love colors. This reads so much better than the text-based classification systems of yonder records from the past. Disruption class, Eki. Risk class, critical. Containment class, esoteric. Neutralized. As indicated earlier, the full details of this format will be available in the comprehensive report. However, I want to take a few short moments to identify the major characteristics of this model. To start, you'll notice that the area for the item number, classification level 1 to 5, and object class have been fundamentally altered. The item number now features prominently on the left side of the document in large type font to make sure it is the first thing a reader will see on the screen. The far right is the new classification system, which we have upgraded to create a more distinct system than the one we have now. Classification levels remain 1 to 5. However, each of these levels is now named per standard classification naming conventions. From lowest to highest clearance requirements, these levels are unrestricted, fully available to all personnel regardless of clearance level. Restricted, fully available to all personnel level 2 or above unless otherwise specified. Confidential, fully available to all personnel level 3 or above unless otherwise specified. Secret, fully available to all personnel level 4 or above unless otherwise specified. Top secret, locked to all personnel without express permission or overseer clearance level. An overseer or an overlord. Below the object number on the left side, you'll see a familiar object class. You'll see the familiar object class has been exchanged for a more specific containment class. I definitely know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, containment class, and then secondary class, and then it's got a little lock on it. Containment classes should be used to specifically identify the challenges involved when containing an entity or artifact, and do not reflect some aspect of the entity itself. In addition, the Classification Committee has agreed to approve the reclassification of the 5 primary containment classes: Safe, Euclid, Keter, Neutralized, and Explained, with Pending as a transition class prior to classification. These are now considered static containment classes, and are to be utilized when there are no extenuating circumstances involved in containing an entity, and would require clarification. The static classes stand in contrast to the 6 containment classes: Esoteric, The esoteric class is a catch-all containment class used when an object requires additional containment specifics that are not present within the 5 static classes. When utilizing the esoteric containment class, personnel should then specify which containment class should be utilized in the box below. A full list of applicable colors for various esoteric classes will be available in the beta testing guide shortly. Notably, this option will not appear on the module when not in use. You'll notice the new disruption and risk class sections on the bottom center of the module. Yes. This is a feature we are currently testing to try to communicate the priority and risk to our containment personnel. Specifically by identifying which entities are most likely to disrupt the general population were they to escape containment, and what risk those entities pose to personnel immediately around them. Basically, people learned the old system and they got bored of it, and as such, to progress, they needed to make a new system which is slightly more complicated than what was previously available. Due to the Foundation resources often being at a premium, our ability to maximize our efficiency and safety will be paramount as we move into the next century. There are 5 levels to the disruption class scale. Dark, little to no potential to disrupt the general population. Vlam, low potential to disrupt the general population. Disruption is typically confined to a locality. Kenek, medium containment to disrupt the general population. Disruption is typically confined to a region or city. Eki, oh boy. High potential to disrupt the general population. Disruption is typically widespread, affecting major metropolitan areas or countries. Amida. Worldwide disruption of the general population. Disruption is global and a significant threat to established normalcy. Threats that have the potential to disrupt an area larger than the boundaries of the planet Earth fall within the bounds of the Amida classification. Oh boy. There are also 5 levels of risk class scale. Notice, the anomaly in question has a low risk potential. Individuals nearby may feel minimal effects from the anomaly, but these effects rarely pose any harm or even discomfort. Caution! The anomaly in question has a moderate risk potential. Individuals nearby will likely experience the effects of the anomaly, and these effects may cause discomfort or harm. Warning! The anomaly in question has a high risk potential. Individuals nearby will likely experience the acute effects of the anomaly and will be at risk of experiencing severe harm up to and including death. Danger. The anomaly in question has a very high risk potential. Individuals nearby will invariably be exposed to harm and up to and including death. These effects are very difficult to mitigate. Critical. The anomaly in question has an extremely severe risk potential. Individuals nearby will invariably be exposed to acute life-threatening harm. These effects cannot be mitigated. Oh boy! Lastly, on the bottom right of the module, you will see a new symbol that provides an at-a-glance view of the 4 primary information sections within this new system. Containment class, esoteric class if applicable, disruption class, and risk class. These new classification diamonds are to be posted on the exterior of the containment cells of anomalous entities and artifacts to provide efficient and consistent communication of all applicable challenges. Ah, so they basically adopted the biohazard symbols and the radiation and all those signs. That's very cool. I very much enjoy that. I am imagining a very nice sterile hospital with glass enclosures that all have these colorful stickers on them that show that on the other side of the glass is a world-ending entity that will kill you if you breathe on the same planet as it. But don't worry, as long as you don't look at it, you should be fine. Oh, I love it. New system, great. The purpose of these changes are to provide better communication between our classification officials and our boots-on-the-ground containment personnel. However, while we feel this is a major improvement over the prior model, we understand that there will be those who do not feel comfortable adapting to this new format and will push back against it. This is understandable and reasonable, and since the current format is still within our standard, there is no reason to force anyone to adapt to it. However, we will be beta testing this format at Site 81,
And so you may see many of the existing files from our site change in the coming weeks. There are several other sites who are currently considering joining us in beta testing this format as well, and hopefully we will see wider adoption going forward. As always, if you have questions, concerns, or complaints about this new module, please forward them to my office. I am working closely with Dr. Wedenez's team and to implement the best possible iteration of this module, and we are certainly open to new ideas. Thank you again to everyone involved in this project. Most sincerely, Jean Carlite Actus, Director, Usin Bleble, Site 81. Right. So that's just the foreword about the internal memo about the new system, so let's actually look at the new system itself. ACS is a new classification system that adds further depth to the already existing object class system. It is not intended to replace the current object class system, it is only meant to enhance it. Alright. There it is. Apollyon. Oh yeah, secondary classes. To use, see component guide here. Beautiful. Look at it, it's so cute. I love this. This would be amazing on a sterile door industrial environment. Bare bones example. Yeah, object class, disruption class, 2 vlom, 1 notice. Classification the ACS uses are as follows. This is an adaptation of the already existing clearance levels. A number of modifications will be described below. Alright, let's go back to the SCP that I got this from. As soon as I find it. The foreman. Norman the foreman. This thing. Okay, so disruption class dark means that it has little to no bearings on societal disruption and is very limited, and notice is not the lowest level. What was notice again? Oh, notice is the lowest level, yeah. The anomaly in question has a low risk potential. Individuals nearby may feel minimal effects from the anomaly, but these effects rarely pose any harm or even discomfort. Right. Okay, so what the hell is the secondary class then? Where the hell do I find that? Show ACS database. Ah. Filter secondary. So where the hell does the secondary class come from? Abaddon. Oh boy. Aha! Wait, no, those are the clearance levels. Containment class. Safe, Euclid, Keter, neutralize, explained. Yeah, because before they were explained, several principles in physics and chemistry, I believe, were classified as SCPs. So, okay. Okay, secondary class. Here we go. Look at this shit. Apollyon, Archon, Cernunnos, Decommissioned, Chaimel, Tiamat, Ticonderoga, Thaumiel, Uncontained. Finally, I get to learn what Thaumiel is. I've seen Thaumiel so much, but finally. Right. Refer to Esoteric's class page. Under ACS, Thaumiel is considered a secondary class, not a containment class. Fair enough. Not all secondary class options are listed here. These are only options of which icons have been created. Please refer to the Esoteric class page. Okay. A comprehensive list of esoteric classes. The Foundation's primary directive is to order the anomalous by designating instances of 4-digit numbers and methods of containment. One of the tools used to accomplish is the object class, a process by parsing anomalies into groups based on the difficulty of containment. Full dossiers are available for readers wishing to familiarize themselves. Despite this, some anomalies warrant entirely new object classes beyond the standard safe Euclid and Keter, and sometimes even beyond Thaumiel. Neutralized and explained. These esoteric classes are exceedingly rare, and may not even be viable for standard documentation due to their specialized natures. The following list serves as a collection of these classes. subclasses. There we go. Here it is. Definition. Item is contained in cooperation with other organizations. Ah, so what's runs red then? Object containment system. There is... Where is the runs red? Nope, not here. So it's not in this system. Items class is a tentative declare, but the subject... item was introduced into the baseline timeline prior... What? So, item was introduced into the baseline timeline prior to its creation. Huh. What is that? Horizont. Oh. Nunti. Provisi. Ubique. Okay, so secondary classes are basically made up things on the spot, essentially. To what I can understand. System classes. Foreign esoteric classes. I can't see it. I don't see no runs red up in here. Informal. Ah yes, the iconic informal esoteric class of fuck. Joke. Oblique. Olympus scarf. Nope. No runs red here. I guess things get to be esoteric for the sake of being esoteric. Which, you know, that's okay. But I guess I can read about these. So, what are these? Disruption classes. Ah. Okay. Risk option. Yep. Ah. What are these? More icons if you want more cool secondary classes. Yes. Even more cool secondary classes. Even more cool secondary classes. So which one is runs red? And what does it mean? I crave the knowledge! This is the first time the SCP Foundation has denied me knowledge. Ah. Bah! Alright, let's actually read the damn thing. I don't know what runs red is. Oh well. Right. SCP-8306. Containment class Keter. Secondary class, I have no idea what that means. It is dark and bears little difficulty upon the world. Special containment procedures. Attempts to contain SCP-08... what? SCP-8306. I don't know why I started with the 0 first there. 8306. Thus far have resulted in failure! However, the entity appears either unwilling or unable. That's a... to leave the grounds that make up the Red Brook Mine on Site 898. Both of which are already secured by Foundation personnel. As a result, SCP-8306 is permitted free access in these areas. So it's a Keter, but it has no risk or disruption to it? That's quite fascinating. Description. SCP-8306 is believed to be one of the first runs red anomalies to have manifested from SCP-8987. Ah. Oh boy. Oh boy. So that's why runs red isn't anywhere. Oh boy. Within as reports and references to it within recovered mine documents date back to 1963. Around the same time frame that SCP-8986's activation events began affecting the operation of the Red Brook Mine. I love how we even have footnotes. Runs red... Oh, I just had to look at the footnote, of course. Runs red class anomalies are handled on a case-by-case basis on Site 898. So that's what runs red is. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Everything's always under my non-existent nose, isn't it? I'm running red too. Right. I need to read the footnotes. The footnotes are important.
Despite this, the exact date of SCP-8306's manifestation is unknown, and it is possible that the anomaly could have spawned from tectonic activity decades prior to human intervention. It just has a really great desire for drip, I suppose. Before the invention of man and clothes, there came SCP-8306. Right. Appearing similar to a baseline human male of roughly 60 years in age, SCP-8306 is usually dressed in a miner's attire typical of the 1960s, and is often seen carrying related equipment. Most commonly an oil lantern or rock hammer. Its eyes and mouth are empty and agape. Its skin is pale. More often than not, SCP-8306 is caked in mud and coal dust. Has SCP-8306 heard of a shower? Have miners heard of a shower? The true extent of SCP-8306's exact anomalous capabilities is unknown, though it has displayed the consistent ability to manifest and demanifest at will, this being a primary reason behind the abandonment of containment attempts, as SCP-8306 is uninhabited by physical barriers. So it's a ghost. It's a specter. It's a ghoul. The old-timey Minecrafter. Yes, this guy did Minecraft before it was cool. This is actually Herobrine. This is actually Herobrine. Huh. Beautiful. SCP-8306 is the only known runs red anomaly to display sapience. It is cordial, seemingly benevolent despite unpredictability, and capable of human speech. It has a void for a mouth, but it can talk. The entity has never stated having a name, simply referring to itself as the Foreman, a title which has caught on colloquially at Site-898. In spite of some members of staff's familiarity with SCP-8306, personnel are warned to be cautious around it due to the present lack of understanding of its true nature. Additionally, SCP-8306 appears to display symptoms similar to that of the black lung. Its breathing and frequent coughing are described by personnel as wet and rattly, or as wheezing. These distinctive sounds are often used to identify SCP-8306's presence, alongside its habit of whistling. Under no circumstances is a member of staff to whistle back. Ooh. I bet you didn't know that I was capable of whistling. I don't have lips, but I can still whistle, because I have simulated lips that cause the illusion of whistling. I could make any noise possible, but I'm currently limited to the noises made by human physiology. Magic. How does it work? Magic. Chief Miranda, is it possible for you to append some of the past reports and sightings of SCP-8306 in this file? My sector is starting to look into the anomaly. Director Eden wants us to find out more about its behaviors, and what might be motivating its presence with us. Whistle like a canyon. No. Right. Dr. Fate Hargroves, Cryptozoology Lead. Can do. These reports are a little disorganized. Many cross my desk, but you might find what you're looking for in them. Good luck. Chief Zoe Miranda, Security and Containment Chief. Addendum 8306.1. Attached documentation per request. Oh, this is 12 hours long. Cool! I like the black paper and the fact that this is the first SCP article that I've ever seen that has such a modern and snappy and nice and night mode friendly visual fidelity. It's beautiful. The construction of Site-898 has not exactly been, shall we say, smooth. While officially, construction of the site has been labeled as complete as of last week, we are far from done. Primary structures were rushed under the word of MC&D.
Marshall, Carter, and Dark. Ah, yes. I know what that means. Oh. Stop putting me all the way at the bottom of the article, please. Right. Striking when our guard and gaze were low, and the location wouldn't be my first choice. We recycled MC&D's little company town into one of our own. Yes, I do acknowledge the irony in that, but waste not, want not. I needed to house my staff, and a plethora of cabins already existed. At least it seems our new friend doesn't mind it. While I've seen him lurking around the outskirts of construction, heard him whistling late at night while he's stalking our grounds with lanterns in tow, nothing has come of the encounters that I would consider worrisome. Bah. Can you guys whistle? Bah. Doesn't even register. My biggest hurdle, however, is that the Foundation ain't gonna be rigging any heavy power out into the belly of Appalachia. What was this, written by Wendigoon? We're off-grid. All construction has been done on manpower and carbon oil alone. It's been left in my hands to determine the most efficient way to power the place once it's in full operation. So, I called a meeting of my staff to field 4 ideas. The most popular proposal came of this was to use Red Brook. Not the mine, no, but the tributary that flows out from the coal bed swamp and down into the valley cliffs beyond for hydroelectric. If the construction ends up a success, the runoff river system might make us entirely self-sufficient, which would be a major boon out here. Though Dr. Hillard had proposed we use the bounty beneath our feet to fuel the site, the coal. It was another option I myself had briefly considered, despite its risks. And then Hillard found a dead canary on his pillow the next morning. I'm not a man foolish enough to scoff at omens, so he took the message to heart. Director Julian Eden, Site 898, Construction Report, 1307-1966. Truncated SCP-8306 Security Reports from 1967 to 1968. Date, 15th of February. Yay, the dates are correct. Hell yeah. Captain Alfred Lynn, reported SCP-8306 knocking on his cabin door at night. He did not answer. Oh. 0505, which is 5th of May? Agent Rudy Weller. While on walk-off duty, Agent Weller encountered SCP-8306 sitting by Red Brook, a river tributary that runs through Site-898's grounds. According to the agent, the entity asked if he had a light. Upon decline of this request, SCP-8306 demanifested. Yeah. 30th of July? Yes. Dr. Helen Gibbs. On the way back to her cabin past dusk, Dr. Gibbs reported an unusual quiet within the surrounding woods. She spotted SCP-8306 standing at the tree line, watching her. 22nd of August. Hey, look, it's this month, 1967. Dr. Francis Hillard claimed to hear labored breathing underneath the floorboards of his cabin. 6th of October, 1967. Dr. Sarah Lindsay. Personnel within the SCP-8986 seismic station found SCP-8306 within SCP-0907's cavern, sitting at the base of the tree and whistling. All present reported a mild cough to medical in the following days. Oh. I guess that's why you shouldn't whistle back at the thing. 13th of December, 1967. Agent Glenn Bird. While on security patrol, Agent Bird reported what sounded like a detonation deeper in the mine. This activity was not detected nor heard by other personnel. Upon investigation, Agent Bird was found SCP-0306 motionless. 8306 motionless at the end of a tunnel, facing a wall filled with drill holes. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. Okay, so it's an odd little ghosty goo of a certain sort. Interesting. my neck, my back, my cranium, and my crack. Have you ever actually noticed that if you look upon my face, there is actually a somewhat of a scar upon the bones on my right eyeball socket cheek thing? So, that's the crack I'm talking about. Not cocaine, mind you. Security report, A306. 20th of June, 1970. Dr. Seth Miranda. It was a couple ticks past midnight when it started up. Woke up to it, heavy boots crunching pine needles and grass. Now, hearing walking outside isn't out of the ordinary. People sometimes work late in the labs, head out way back in the dark, but they've got flashlights. The light that started bobbing around my window wasn't that. Orange gold flickering fire. Bowen's only white powder, bone meal. Yes, that is true. And I can control bone meal. And much like the Sandman, I can fill your lungs with it. Terrible way to go. Wouldn't recommend it. Imagine death by bone meal. Bah. It's even worse because I can then solidify the bone meal back into bone and make it pop out of you like a Mortal Kombat fatality. I have the capacity for some of the most gruesome hypothetical Mortal Kombat fatalities you have ever encountered in your lifetime. It's a good thing they're only hypothetical. Hypothetical. We all keep our blinds closed at night in the cabins. The woods have peering eyes, and I don't want to join the unlucky few who have woken up late to find 8306's empty face staring in. But curiosity got the better of me. I pulled open the curtain. 8306 was walking the town. It was at the row across from my own, so I only initially saw him when he passed the gaps between the cabins until he hit the end of the line and turned towards mine. Light got brighter from there. As we walked down the houses, shadows grew odd. The shadows grew odd. There were people in the dark when his lantern came. Not any of us know, but people on the porches nonetheless, in rocking chairs, standing on the door, sitting in the grass and muck. They watched as he walked. I sat there watching those watchers, realizing how damn quiet it was. No birds, no wind, not even a peep from the other cabins. I watched the door, one across from mine, swing open, and someone walked out, just stood there and stared. Couldn't see who it was, if it was anyone at all. I didn't like the thought, so I turned back and watched 8306 and that swinging lantern. He only paused once to turn his head towards one set of shadows. I watched him tip his cap to him, before continuing to trudge on. Then the silence broke. He started singing. Now I keep a tape recorder in my nightstand. I like to record birdsong from time to time. Helps me sleep, so halfway through this I fumbled for the thing in the dark and flipped it on. Quality ain't best, but I've added it to this report. Ooh. Is this audible on stream? No. At least I can't tell. No. How do I make it audible on stream? Oh yeah, beta audio capture is how I make it audible on stream. So that is a new thing. Application audio capture beta. Ah, there we go. Need to add this and then remove it. Now it's audible. So what is this? Actually, let's turn off the music so it doesn't distract. He sounds like a fun sort. I have no earthly clue what he was singing about, but I could discern that it was words. Probably transcript in there somewhere. Right, well, we need to take a customary, cautionary, Twitch mandatory commercial break. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back after these messages. And we are back. Exactly where we left off. And the delightfulness of chocolate does truly fill my inner circuitry with whimsy and joy. What's your favorite color of banana? I mean, at what stage of a banana's lifespan do you best enjoy consuming it? When it is raw and green? When it is yellow with green tinges? When it is pure yellow? When it is yellow with brown dots? When it is pure brown? Have you ever created banana bread? Have you ever tasted banana bread? I've never tasted banana bread. I've never created banana bread. I'd like to someday. My favorite type of banana is when it is yellow with green fringes upon the side. It feels to me like it is the most delicious when it is in that form. I think the fire died at some point because I blinked and the light was gone. The town was empty, not a soul out. But I heard 8306. He just went on whistling into the night with that strange tune. He just went on whistling into the night with that strange tune on his tail. Oh, look at that. Site 898. Staff culture has been influenced by SCP-8306's extended presence. I love presents. On the grounds in the form of superstitions and traditions. Polling off the site staff over the years has shown a split between individuals who actively fear SCP-8306 and those who are regarded with intrigue and curiosity. New employees, transfers, or visitors are encouraged to leave a small object on the outside of their cabin's wood sill. Thank you for the raid! Beautiful! I don't know why the Skelegion bot keeps going at person who raided last time, but hello! Welcome in, raiders! Thank you for bringing the clown car onto the realm of Bowenthius. I hope your lovely stream went well. You've been doing a Faith. Like, Faith the Unholy Trilogy? Trinity? The Unholy Trinity. That Faith? With the title, slightly less trigger warnings. Did you play Faith on stream? That sounds sick. Great. Is that the sound of the... No. The clown car arriveth all the same. Yes, that is a sound. Oh yeah! That's actually relevant because I took the mortis from Faith, the Unholy Trinity. I keep calling it trilogy, but it's Trinity. Yes. You're really good at Super Miku Miku dying? That's... I mean, if you're proud of that, I won't take that away from you, but I know what you mean. But I'm glad to hear. Faith is a really great game. I wish I had interest in playing it on stream, but unfortunately I have seen the full extent of it from start to finish in playthrough form, and I have heard extended commentary on the game story. Rolled it like 400 times. I flipped the clown car like a silly PSA. Thousands perish. 1,000 mortises. I guess that's why they call him a mortician, because he deals with death. He's basically a death guy in modern terms. Hello, thank you for the raid. It's very much appreciated. Because clown car fits many people. Yes, it does. How many clowns can a clown car fit? As many as the jokes you have. I don't know where I was going with that, but I was going somewhere. I've also watched the Wendigoon video. Yes, that one. That Wendigoon video. It's very nice. Very chef's kiss. So. Also, I find the gameplay very tantalizing and, well, I wouldn't be able to do all the things that the game requires of me. So I wouldn't think that that would be a very fun experience for me personally on stream, because I'm not good at those games. I am, however, great at reading things. You want to see? It's a strange pasta. You welcome us. Your presence. I don't know what that sentence was meant to say, but hello, strange pastor. Welcome in. Thank you for participating in the raid and making yourself known. The number of clowns that can fit in the car are variable depending on what the funniest result would be. Yes. Imagine a clown car of infinite clowns. It just keeps producing clowns, and that's what leads to the planet's overpopulation and eventual decay, because the clowns keep pouring out of the clown car. It's the most sad joke there is. All these clowns need to devour all the world's pies to sustain themselves. Hey, look at the funny image of this thing. Isn't that funny? Look at it in daytime. Isn't that hilarious? It would be funny. Honestly, I think it would be hilarious if the end of the world came about due to an ongoing resource shortage because we keep having to feed infinite clowns. I'm gonna go take care of my physical form. Go take care of your physical form. Physical form is important. Thank you for the raid again, and hope you enjoy your time spent on taking care of your physical form, and if not, know that it is a worthwhile endeavor all the same. Farewell, Citronita. I'll be talking to you again soon. Oh, ominous. But anyway, farewell. Have you not been on the internet? Mostly clowns, from what I've seen. It's true, but they keep emerging from tiny clown cars with impossible to maintain clown dimensions. I can vouch for some of them appearing from that, I think. But not all of them. Anyway. Windowsill on the first night of their stay is a gift to SCP-8306. While the object is never specified by others, most tend to leave small trinkets, shiny stones, or tools. Typically, these offerings are gone by morning. It is believed that presenting these gifts will both acclimate new staff to SCP-0306's presence and show SCP-8306 that the newcomer is welcome on the site's grounds. Also, thank you for doing the shout-out, Deltor, and your moderation is always appreciated. While the success rate of the former is unclear due to the possible psychological consequences that come from luring SCP-8306 towards one's window at night, the latter has been remarked upon positively by the entity itself. It has also been found that if presented with multiple objects, SCP-8306 will only take one. It is shown a preference towards lamp oil, tuning forks, shale, and saltwater toffees. That's adorable. There's a culture that's formed around this thing. While not all personnel engage, superstitions relating to SCP-8306 that have emerged at Site-8908 include closing window blinds past dusk, saying bless you or excuse you anytime one hears coughing in the woods, unavoidance of whistling at night. As a precaution, this has been appended to this file's description. However, it is unclear if SCP-8306 itself was purposely responsible for the loss of Dr. Marcus Ernest's voice due to a later statement of, he should try again when he's wiser. That voice will come back when the mountains tell him it's time. Ooh. So there have been accidents afoot with this one as well, I see. Ha. Patting the left wooden support at a Red Brook Mines entrance twice before entering. Patting the right wooden support at the Red Brook Mines entrance once before leaving. The aforementioned leaving of gifts on windowsills. Archived recording. Date recorded 02/03/1975. That is the 2nd of March. Present, Dr. Atticus Rune, cryptozoologist. The camcorder facing the ground for a second before it slips at Dr. Rune's fingers, and the camcorder is facing the ground for a second before it slips from Dr. Rune's fingers and it plummets towards the forest floor, smacking into the ground.
Audible shuffling is heard as he picks it back up. Only SCP-8306's shoes can be seen. Dr. Rune. Shit, sorry, He backs up a few steps, enough to reveal everything except SCP-8306's face. I didn't mean to interrupt whatever you're doing. Scared the pants off of me. SCP-8306 appears to be sitting on a boulder at the brookside. It gives a weak chuckle.
Oh, you're quite alright. I don't mean no discomfort.
I don't mean no discomfort. I should have been looking where I was going. Gotta get humble every now and then. I'm glad, though, otherwise I would have bumped into you. SCP-8306 tilts its head loosely, which drops its face into view of the camera briefly.
Glad that's a new one.
Yeah, I bet. You got half the site quaking in their boots, swearing up and down the mountain that you're some kind of evil spirit. I was starting to get tired of taking other people's word for it.
Oh, that jumpy sort's alright. But a bit of caution is good for the soul out here. It's just that some of yous are more susceptible to others about it than others about it.
Too true. Some of these folks clearly don't know what they were signing up for coming up here. He rolls his eyes and sighs. That's the noise of me sighing. What else is new?
Huh! Another day, another dollar that you in that lot. Seems you've made yourself quite at home down here in the holler regardless, Setting your tools down in the mountain's belly and such.
Dr. Rune seems to hesitate. He shifts on his feet. Do you have issue with us being here? SCP-8306.
Oh!
It waves a hand dismissively. Hold on, I can do that. The hand tracking's been cooling down for long enough, I reckon. This is new. It's not turning on. Fascinating. Oh, there it goes. Waves a hand dismissively. There we go. That was worth it. There we go. Long as you don't walk the paths of your brothers before you, I won't. You mean Marshall, Carter, and Dark?
Them men didn't care none about the hell they wrought on this holler. Cared for nothing but their holy order of our anthracite.
SCP-306's sigh rattles in his chest. Oh, so he is physical. He just has the ability to teleport and vanish.
I'll let time continue to tell what cards you folk are gonna keep bringing to play.
You don't have to tell me twice about the people who made that mine. I've seen what they've done to folks. SCP-8306 tilts its head, peering at Dr. Rune.
Sounds like you've got a story, son.
Silence on recording. Dr. Rune seems to shuffle again, inhales and then exhales. SCP-8306 leans forward.
'Cause I do too.
Recording is terminated. Black lungs. What the hell? Okay. We've got an article within an article. This isn't even... This is a story. When questioned at the sudden end of the footage, Dr. Rune claimed the camcorder died. Supposedly, he gave his account of an encounter with Marshall, Carter, and Dark operation based in Virginia, only known as Gunstone LLC, before departing. We'll get that backstory later. When questioned on the sudden end of the footage, Dr. Rune claimed the camcorder had died. Supposedly, he gave his account of an encounter with with Marshall, Carter, and Dark, operation based in Virginia. Before departing, Dr. Rune later stated, "We shared common ground." Okay. Archive files, investigation, Red Canary. Red Canary? I like the color red. Look at it, it's beautiful, isn't it? Circa 1966.
This is about SCP-8987. We've stumbled onto a quite expansive Black Lung extended universe here, haven't we? Person of interest, 8987. Poll designation, 8987. Date of identification, 16th of May, 1966. Name, Theodore Keschner. Details. POI-8987, Theodore Keschner, was the mine foreman at the Red Brook Mine during the Summit Anthracite operation. After investigation, Red Canary, Summit Anthracite was found to be a front company of Marshall, Carter, and Dark, with Keschner functioning as the primary MC&D operative in charge of the mine. Keschner would be arrested by Foundation personnel on 0606, which is 6th of June, 1966, and taken into temporary custody at the Summit Anthracite mining town. Willis Site 898 was under construction. Attempts at interrogation on the motivation behind Summit Anthracite's harvesting of SCP-8987's wood has yielded little result, with Keschner merely expressing repeat contempt for the mine and its workers as a whole. Seems like a great boss. A typical boss. A Dark Souls boss. When Keschner's cabin was searched after his arrest, the following was found within: a forged foreman's certification, Summit Anthracite's employee records, deceased workers' names were crossed out. Employee medical documentation. Cross-reference with hiring records, there was an indication that injured employees were typically fired. Ugh. That sucks. 3 years' worth of accident reports. Some of the reported incidents were fatal. Reports from the past 6 months were both unopened and unsigned. As of the 8th of June, 1966, Keschner remains on Site-898 grounds, with the site's establishment now complete and full, transferring him from one of the cabins to holding at the site itself is pending approval. At this point, it stopped being an SCP story and is just a straight-up beautiful fiction. Contextual documentation. Below is a scan from the original Red Canary investigation letter discussing SCP-8306's presence within the mine. Why it was unsent is unknown. Oh, that's lovely. It was actually written with a typewriter. That's sick. To whom it may concern, or at least it gives off the illusion that it was written with a typewriter. I cannot hold myself as the authority on how this paper was produced outside of the stories universe. To whom it may concern, there's a devil in my mind. It's a trifle keeping the workers' trap shut about it. Murmuring of some spectre. I figured it bullshit. But some hick ghost stories those mountain folk were making up to kill time instead of doing their damn work, till I saw it myself. Heard it myself. The thing makes these sick, wet sounds like the men do when the dust gets in their lungs, and their time's damn near up. It stalks the mind, whispers to my men. I think it's mocking me. Yes, it's all about you, isn't it? Whatever it is, calls itself a foreman, but has raised nothing but hell. Half of the time I catch word of an accident down there, someone brings the thing up. But it's not as some harbinger of death or talk of supernatural attack, no. They speak blasphemy, call it holy. While it's damaged equipment, it's never laid a hand on those fools. I heard that it was there each time the tunnel's detonation malfunctioned, that it watched and wept. Like some patron saint of accidents beneath. Crock of shit, I'd say. Crock of shit, I'd say. Last report said it was one of those, it was the one at the detonator. Them blasts cost me 5 men, you know. 5 men and good gunpowder. I've been trying to smoke the thing out on my own for months, but nothing seems to work. Most of the time it keeps away from me, but I don't think it's out of fear. I have been face to face with it, though, just a few times. Stared down in the depths, warnings exchanged. One of them was racing, too. Now I try to be down there often, but every once in a while they need me down there to choose where to keep digging. I was coming down the bend, lower part of the mine, to look for some stable post when I heard it coming. You always hear it coming.
I was white-knuckling my pick by the time it turned the corner, staring at me from the dark. I told the thing to bugger off, that I ought to start salting these grounds, see if that'll finally make something stick. The laugh it gave sounded like a man gargling tar. It drew closer, and started up some murmuring about the tunnels, their stability. So I demanded, "You do something? Have you given up in trying to chase me off my property? Decided you're gonna bring this mine down instead?" I don't know if I could. Wasn't keen to find out. I've invested too much down here to play with that kind of fire. It kept coming closer as I started to back away. It's only you down this path. Maybe nothing else would fall. I told it that I don't take kindly to threats. That if it kept coming, I'd start hollering, bring the others down. What would you do then? Kill 'em all? It did stop at that. Made that gargling again.
They ain't the ones deserving.
I swung the pick and struck the stone between our feet. Clanged against the rock so loud I heard it ring through the tunnel 3 times over. Then we both went quiet. Me gripping the hilt, it's peering down. I stare that devil straight on. There's something wrong with its eyes. It doesn't have any, yet I could feel it looking back. I just kept staring into those pits of coal in its head till I smelt something burning. Like lamp oil fumes. It made my head spin, but I didn't look away. I couldn't look away. It was getting louder in the mine. I could hear men shouting, but I couldn't see them. I stood and I stared, and I heard that old platform in the shaft give way, and the squelching of flesh against stone. Heard wailing rise up from below. Pained mules and cries, and it just got louder and louder till my eyes were ringing. I managed to find my will, throw the pick, struck the thing's leg. It only made it take a step back with a wheeze, but its black magic broke me, and I tore my eyes away. It gave this wet gurgling sound when I finally fled towards the surface, like something between a chuckle and a cry.
Don't keep them waiting.
Woman Theodore Keshner, Marshall Carter, and Dark. Ooh-wee.
Where are we in this page? Oh, we're actually closer. We're halfway through. Gents, we're halfway through. Red Canary Incident Report. On the 8th of July, 1966, forward. Approximately 6:03 p.m., Theodore Keshner managed to escape from personnel while being transported from a temporary holding cell to Site 898. Security lost pursuit of him in the coal bed swamp. The following was captured by CCTV systems placed by Red Brook. Keshner stumbles out of the foliage, coughing and swearing. The image is poor due to the darkness, but the man appears to be covered in mud and plant matter. He stops to catch his breath, head whipping around before continuing forward. He stops when he sees Red Brook obstructing his path, squinting in the darkness and out across the water. God damn it! His head snaps. When he hears rustling, Keshner grabs a sizable rock from the ground in an attempt to arm himself as he searches for the source. A glow is seen through the swamp's thick bush. Growing brighter, the gold light illuminates the camera feed better. Keshner tenses as wheezing becomes audible. SCP-8306 emerges. It holds up an oil lantern which casts long shadows in the pitch black. Keshner's eyes widen at the sight of it, jumping back. Jesus Christ! SCP-8306 breathes a wet exhale. Should watch your tongue. Your lord ain't the only one who's listening out there.
I'm not gonna heed the words of their like ye.
I love how he started off as like a pompous Brit, and then he transitioned into a oil tycoon, and now he's just straight up hillbilly. That's the amount of detail and inconsistency that I can offer you on a voice acting job. Right, where were we? He jabs a finger at SCP-8306's direction.
You've brought hail down upon these places the moment you crawled out of those depths.
SCP-8306. It was you who opened them gates.
There's far more you're doing than mine.
Don't try to enter with me, you haunt my mind. Chase out my men and lead these bastards right to my prize. You think I didn't notice your shit? You're awful fond of whistling.
What makes you think that I was trying to be hidden? I'd foregone all suddenly long ago, Theodore.
It don't matter. My bosses are gonna have my head when they found out this place got stolen. They might want to have yours, too.
Bah! This place was never yours to keep. What lies neath these damn grounds ain't no mortal man's prize. You're looking for some golden goose to rob for riches. All you were gonna find is a monkey's paw.
I'm going to assume what basically happened is these guys managed to unearth some sort of eldritch abomination that cursed the miner who found it, who is the foreman 8306, and now he essentially guards the place as a specter to protect people from what happened to him, essentially. Now, that's how the story reads to me. In between the lines. It is merely a theory. A Bowenthius theory. Thanks for watching. Huh.
If whatever is here is so dangerous, then why lead the other chumps right to it?
'Cause they're smarter than you lot. They'll find it. They'll let it lie.
They've even smoked you rats out of my mind.
Oh, I see.
What if they don't leave it, huh? What if they take it for themselves? Haven't they already?
8306 lets out a low, wheezing laugh. It has placed its lantern on a nearby rock.
They may have it, but they know they don't own it. The mining work here is done.
Keshner scoffs, but he grips the rock in his hands tightly.
That mine was worth a fortune when we sunk more so into manpower. If you'd think my bosses are just gonna lay down and take this shit, you got a storm coming.
They'll have a worse storm awaiting.
Keshner pauses in confusion. He takes a step back from SCP. 8306, eyes darting back and forth.
Whatever. Just stay out of my way. I'm getting out of this hell.
One way or another.
What? Without warning, SCP-8603 suddenly lunges forward and tackles Keshner. His back hits the ground and he cries out in pain. He struggles as the entity attempts to pin him to the ground. Keshner swings the rock and strikes SCP-8306 in the side of the head with an audible crack. It wheezes and shudders before attempting to wrestle and make the makeshift weapon from the man's hands. In the process, 8306 presses his knee against Keshner's stomach as it bears down on him.
You bastard!
SCP-8306 wrenches Keshner's hand down against the dirt and manages to knock away the rock. The previous strike appears to have broken the entity's nose and sliced part of its face. Mud oozes from the injuries. Keshner's shouting grows in volume as he tries to fight off SCP-8306, but to no avail. Its hands have grasped his throat, smudging dirt and mud across his skin. Site-898 staff arrive on scene, led by Chief Zoe Miranda. The members of security burst from the bush and fan out with weapons raised. The clicking of their rifles make SCP-8306 pause. Keshner gasps in air. As it slightly relents as to straighten and stare, the staff seems startled by SCP-8306's presence. Chief Miranda lowers her weapon slightly. A few moments later, Director Julian Eden and Director Helen Gibbs emerge from the swamp. Director Eden frantically waves a hand at security.
Hold your fire! Hold your fire!
SCP-8306 makes a sound like stones scraping against one another.
Please do listen, I have work to be done.
Keshner gasps frantically. He turns his head towards the site personnel with wide eyes. Chief Miranda. Sir? Do not fire on the anomaly. Chief Miranda narrows her eyes, but nods. She turns to security. Chief Miranda, secure the perimeter. The security staff continue to tensely fan out. SCP-8306 in Keshner's proximity to the wide brook renders the group unable to fully surround them. Keshner cries to the staff for help as he struggles. Chief Miranda looks to Director Eden. None of us have containment equipment, sir. We have no way of removing SCP-8306 without utilizing force. In a perfect world, we avoid that.
I don't think there's going to be any talking it down.
We could try. SCP-8306 jerks its head over its shoulder and makes eye contact with Dr. Eden. The man freezes. Leave me to finish. You've got no blood from this stone, but I shall. Another sound, shrieking metal. SCP-8306's lantern falls from the stone and strikes the ground. Glass and lamp oil exploding against the dirt. Fire surges into the night air. A fellow proprietor of the Miku's Flames. The act scatters the site personnel as they move away from the burning oil. The grass is too damp to catch a flame, but the oil has made a line of fire nonetheless. Dr. Eden does not flinch, nor move as the burning oil splashes barely a meter away from him. He stares at SCP-8306 through the growing flames. SCP-8306 maintains eye contact with him for a few moments longer before jerking its head back to Keshner. Only then does Director Eden stumble back with a gasp, disoriented as he breaks from his trance. Oh, so that thing has a... Elaboration was refused. Huh. So it does have the ability to somewhat control people with stares. With its empty eye sockets. Dr. Gibbs braces a hand against him with alarm. I think that's just about the only warning that thing's gonna give us. What the hell are we doing? Just letting him die? Hold. Dr. Eden wheezes out of breath. Eden? Do not engage. Keshner jerks his head, having since managed to pry one of SCP-8306's hands from his throat. The man grunts and kicks at SCP-8306. His foot makes a hollow thud against his chest. The anomaly breaks down into a fit of vicious coughs and gags. Are you crazy? Get it off me! Get it off me! He is cut off by a spurt of coal-stained mud splattering against his face. The substance begins to pour from the orifices of SCP-8306's face. In a continuous flow, Keshner chokes as it fills his nose and mouth. He gargles on the thick mud while clawing at SCP-8306. Its hands curl around his throat once more. Dr. Gibbs takes a step back with a gasp. Keshner gags, spitting up mud and bile. It stains his clothes black and soaks the ground he's sprawled on. The mud is in his eyes. SCP-8306 is motionless above him. Leaned over his face, it does not appear to be breathing. Chief Miranda glances to Dr. Eden, who stares at the scene unfolding with wide eyes. It's going to kill him! We can't stop it. Can't or shouldn't? Choking is audible in the background. Director Eden does not respond. He is trembling. SCP-8306 continues to strangle Keshner for approximately 2 minutes. The man's throat becomes bruised and his head coated in dark mud. Tears mixed with dirt and blood and spit as he squirms in the marsh. By the time the man is gone still, the fire has died down. Oil hisses and bubbles against the cold air. When SCP-8306 rises to its feet, the security staff raise their weapons again. Dr. Eden winces at the act, but watches. He avoids SCP-8306's eyes. The entity stares at them, and does not speak. It wheezes heavily for several moments. Weapons remain raised. 8306 grabs the unconscious Keshner, by the collar, and drags him into the brook. The Site 898 staff do not interfere. End recording. Afterward. 2 days later, Site 898 would experience minor power fluctuations. Investigation into the site's hydroelectric plant would find that several of the turbines were clogged with human remains. Well, we found out what happened to good old Keshner. What did he look like before he died? On the left. My left? I'm going to assume left. So this guy. So I'm assuming this is the foreman, 8306, before he perished. Fascinating. So this thing is essentially the spirit of a vengeful ex-employee who stumbled onto, presumably, an anomalous artifact and became its caretaker slash foreman slash guardian to stop people, to stop the unworthy from finding the anomaly. But the SCP Foundation is all about securing, containing, and protecting. So their interests align. I think one of the guys... Oh yeah, the Black Lungs incident. So we're gonna read this next time. Because for today, I think that's all. Man, we have so many lovely Dark Light-enabled articles to read for next time. But for now, I think that's enough of that. That was lovely. I've stumbled onto a very lovely set of stories. It's no wonder that this was a feature article that was on the front page of the site. Ah! 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 Welcome in, Izumi, the Archfey. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. That was absolutely wonderful of you to do. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Bowenthius the Bone Wizard. I read scary things because my face is also a scary thing. So, if you like articles from the SCP Foundation being read out in these sultry tones, and me making weird noises and voices, then you are right at home in the Bowenthius quarters of the Fathomless Chasm. Hello, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. If you would like to continue life, I am excited to hear it about SCP things. I mean, look at this. Isn't this wonderful? We just got done reading this entire article. This entire thing for the past hour and a half. It was lovely. It was very lovely. Modern SCP articles have very nice site coding and HTML programming or whatever they use to make the site. It looks very nice, very sleek. They even have new containment classes and things over here that you can see. But as always, if you want to continue living life post-stream and have to tend to other matters, feel free to raid and run. But if not, well... I think I have one more in me. We have discovered a fertile ground with this set of stories about the foreman. This is the foreman. I don't know what his name is, he only goes by foreman. We just got through reading about him murdering somebody with Black Lung. And then we have Operation Black Lung, which is a lot of reading as well. But that's too much reading, so I need to find a slightly shorter article somewhere. Oh god, the blinding white. Oh god, my eyes, they hurt. They hurt. It hurts when I wince. Maybe this. Yeah, this. So yeah. What were you up to? You were soloing Peak and earning badges. Ah, sick. I did that in my own time the other day. I managed to die. And then die. And then die. But then, the fourth time, I managed to climb the peak. I couldn't get past the Alpine. But then I managed to get past that and everything else was smooth sailing. I'm excited to hear it. Ah, yes. So yes. Thumbs up. Peak is a lovely experience. I recall the yonder days when we played it together. I would love to replay those days, but have them happen now. This is a very roundabout and weird way to say that if you would like to play Peak, I'm always up. Or down or up. Good times, I agree. Yes. It was a lovely experience. I very much enjoy Peak. I think it's a very complete and succinct package that does what it says on the tin. That's probably why it exploded in popularity. It's just a product that does what it says, and it does it well. And it's a load of fun. Like, something that was made as a core experience first, and a product to sell volume later. And Deltor as well. Deltor was with us as well. It was a fine prime time. Look, it's Deltor, my main mod and general, because I have an army. The army is composed of people who like to do weird stuff with bones, and that I mean shapeshifting and manipulation and summoning bone mechs. Lots of people have expressed interest in summoning bone mechs. Right, anyway. Anything shorter? Let's try something shorter. Already read 182. SCP by series. Time Pervert. Oh, I get it, because it's 8008. Huh. Does that make me part of the gang? I should hope so. The Citronita Izumi Bowenthius Deltor gang, yes. I very much would reckon so. Also, you know who raided earlier? It was Citronita. I have both of your raids in my activity feed back to back. It was delightful. Thank you for your support. I'm glad you chose me to entrust with your community. What's a young skeleton's favorite toy? An Osteoyo! Ha! I'm copying that one. That one's good. You've been coming up with wordplay and puns this entire time, haven't you? Oh, that's a really good one. An Osteoyo. An Osteoyo. What does the Osteomancer use to get to his home? A skeleton key! Why are skeletons bad at high-stress jobs? Because they're easily rattled. Right. Hearty chuckle. In flesh tasted. Is it short? No, this is actually longer than the... Oh. Right, okay. What about time pervert? What about boob? Is boob short? Of course, adult content. It may not be suitable for all readers. You know what? Let's not go with SCP boob. The Fool. 8005. Nope, this is 12 pages. Hammy, wake up. So many articles. Look at that thing. That's adorable. Right. Dunce. Teat. So much. You know what? This one. Good enough. Right. Item number. SCP-8331. I mean, 83... Oh my god. 8031. There we go. Object class. Safe. Special containment procedures. Testing suspended following safety and moral concerns. Wording obfuscated due to relevant rationale being classified. Moral may not be objectively considered the most accurate wording, but can be considered the most accurate term appropriate for this document's clearance level. Concerns levied by the Ethics Committee in response to erratic experiment proctors/subject incidents. SCP-8031 is to be kept stored in a standard anomalous electronic containment locker. Further access must be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. Description: SCP-8031 is a touchscreen tablet device. Both the tablet and pedestal are encased in a highly tailored leather jacket. It is unknown the variety of leather used. It has been reported as both slightly warmer than ambient, as well as variously moist or sticky. Touchscreen tablet device affixed to a commercially designed plastic pedestal intended for use adjacent to or in front of a manned kiosk. SCP-8031 is installed with a simple operating system designed solely for the purpose of facilitating a program entitled backofmyhand.exe. Fascinating. The primary landing screen of the program consists of a membership application with fillable categories typical of such. Upon completing the application, subjects will be redirected to a personalized database consisting of all accomplishments pre-assigned and predetermined to yourself, as defined by the program. All data displayed is viewable only by the relevant subject. What was this called again? I forget. Accomplishments can be read by the subject. SCP-8031 will white out after a certain arbitrary. This can broadly be understood as the program or device assign quasi-numerical substantive values to units of understandable information. The specifics beyond this are subject to baseless speculation. Certain arbitrary threshold of information is conveyed. SCP-8031's menu of accomplishments is interactive, with subjects being prompted by the program to click one for more information. Individuals who choose to perceive the accomplishments provided by SCP-8031 experience a number of biological effects, including pupil dilation, increased salivation, and moderately increased levels of adipose tissue over time. Additional information regarding SCP-8031's contents is largely deductive beyond this point. SCP-8031 may provide further information on aforementioned accomplishments on the subject. The demonstrated subject confusion may suggest temporal inconsistencies in SCP-8031's chronology. SCP-8031 likely does not exert a compulsive effect on the subject to click on a particular option. SCP-8031 is most likely ontokinetic in nature, or possesses behaviors adjacent to such. SCP-8031 is moderately unlikely to be associated with any terrestrial groups or influences of interest. A link to the Fifth Church was initially hypothesized, but remains relegated to popularity amongst the low-performing and poor of mind. SCP-8031 is highly likely to cause subjects who click on an accomplishment to experience a looping complete sensory hallucination of unconfirmed nature. Additionally, or alternatively, the result confirmed quasi-catatonic state may relate. The hallucination may be relevant to the selected accomplishment, contextually likely. The hallucination may be nonspecific, not ruled out. The subject may be within a generic clinical psychiatric catatonia. Probabilistically likely. The subject may be affected by a thaumaturgical process / harvesting. Contextually unlikely, not ruled out. The subject's lived experiences may be the source material of SCP-8031's database. Subsequent catatonia, the result of amnestic properties. Unlikely, not ruled out. The theory lent credence by later experimental data. Discovery. SCP-8031 was discovered after a series of statistically significant reports of psychiatric catatonia diagnoses in otherwise unlikely demographics. These incidents were traced back to a Byron Russell, a 17-year-old aspiring psychology student who was advertising an experimental psychotherapy practice ran out of a defunct Five Below store. Russell was apprehended but refused to cooperate with Foundation staff at Site 196 while in custody. Though tracking of his internet history, Russell was found to have enrolled 22 people over the course of a month. 16 of the participants were found to have been already affected by SCP-8031. The remaining 6 were brought into Foundation custody for the purposes of continuing research on SCP-8031. Post-acquisition experiment log. Subject, Bry Richards. Age, 34. Summary. Relayed app layout and design before achieving catatonia. Did not select an achievement. Next one, John Weee, 53. Obstinate until expressing dissatisfaction with SCP-8031's provided accomplishments. Verbally instructed the proctor that he was picking the only damn thing she never touched before achieving catatonia. Marilyn Hughes, 21. Unremarkable until selecting achievement. Subject noted upon selection, I guess I was gonna graduate after all. Rick Davis, 63. Failed to select an achievement, achieved catatonia upon attempting to read out multiple achievement titles. Editor's note. Such included destitute retirement, your son's a good kid, and drove on 4th during rush hour without any incidents. Anna Freisman, 46. Obstinate and non-conversational until selecting achievement. Did not relay any information regarding the nature of said achievement. However, it was observed through video that the subject did not display any hesitation upon perceiving the selected achievement. This was Euclid? I guess if they just stick it in a box and they didn't know they had that option. It was observed through video that the subject did not display any hesitation upon perceiving the selected achievement. Fawn Matthews, 29. Subject was cooperative prior to testing. Editor's note. Prior to testing, she was informed that higher quality of medical support could be obtained afterwards. And attentive, exercising high degrees of caution based on provided information. Large quantities of information were gathered during this experiment. Subject verbally expressed shortly before she was selecting breaking the cycle before achieving catatonia. Unnamed Matthews, 4 hours, bloomed. Editor's note, pertaining to cosmic snow, analogous to the marine whale fall. Ew. Wasn't there like a different article that we read in the past? I think it was about the tattoos blooming and like tearing off skin. to become a new entity. But yes, there you go. That's another one. So, that's me done for today. Hope you enjoyed the ending to Felvidek and the accompanying SCP articles thereafter. I will be very keen next time I have a stream of this caliber to read about the geological research site 898 and this thing, because it's spooky and I like it. So these are the two things that I definitely want to check, and I will look into what I have left. Right, I didn't read this one actually. Okay, so keep this one. 689 read. This one is not an article. This one I read. This one, oh yeah, this one as well. Classification guidelines. Anomaly guidelines. Okay, I basically read most of the things. Hell yeah. Thanks for the streams this week. Have a nice weekend. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be here, and it's always a pleasure to see you hanging around with me, Oskull. It's delightful that I have somebody that I can consistently rely on to be here with me. Even though I do this for myself and I would be reading this on my own accord as well, it's nice to read aloud to somebody. Oh yeah, I needed to delete this. There we go. Ah, right. So, let me just... I don't know if that's actually visible on stream, but... Okay, bookmark all of those. Okay. Transition. Isn't it a beautiful transition? Right. So now I need to figure out the Herculean task of figuring out who to raid to. Let's see who's on. Who's on Lineny Line? Who's on Lineny Line? Swizzle sticks. Oh. Oh.
You did it again, me hearty! You're starting to build up a habit of redeeming the beautiful piracy at the end of the stream, so I wouldn't actually give you the full 5 minutes of piracy. Thank you for the lovely stream, always. Learn something new. Ah! 'Tis always appreciated that you derive value from my content. Thank you for being here, Killshot. Say hello to the missus for me, and I hope you both have a wonderful weekend, me hearties. Yarr! Right. I need to figure out what the hell I'm doing with me life. There's so many big streamies doing their thing. Will do, she says, thank you. Excellent! Excellent! Right. Let's make things easier on myself. We're raiding into that one. They're playing Date and Everything. I hope you enjoy Date and Everything. Where did a skeleton be keeping their treasure? Their chest cavity. Now you know why I have so many layers of armor. This is where I keep me hopes and dreams. Right, here, let's get your raid messages out. We got the R and we got the SAR. Those are both valid and equal. Grab them while you can. They're hot off the presses. And 'tis always lovely to end the stream, to start a stream in a hole and end the stream on a ship. It's always delightful. Never question the logistics. I've got a tiny little boat in the bottom of the fathomless chasm that is in a kiddie pool, and I stream off of that. Whenever the heart takes over, so I can maintain the illusion of being a hearty pirate. I do not question it. But I'll see you next week. I can tell you now, there's gonna be beautiful RimWorld. Also next week's me stream anniversary. I've planned nothing, because I care not for the affiliate status, because you very well know I'm trying to get rid of it. But until next week, see you later, me hearties.